Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. Landon Schmidt producing. We're Sports Time. We're with you for the next 3 hours on this Friday afternoon. A lot to get into as we get into the weekend, as we've got NBA news, we've got Major League Baseball news, we've got football news, a lot to discuss over these next 3 hours. We'll get to all of it in that time. But Brett, how are you doing this afternoon before we get started?
Brian, I'm doing great. And what is this, Landon? On our last day with you, we finally convert you into Cardinal fandom with big number 5, big engine number 5 Albert Pujols jersey on?
I don't know if it's full conversion. I think it's more just appreciation.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
We'll take it any way we can get it.
You're a fraud. That's all I know.
We won't conversion.
You can call me whatever you like.
I
can't hurt me
smell a
anymore.
fraud.
I mean, this is almost a radio deathbed conversion.
It's
It is.
something.
Just a little bit.
It's
But
something.
we'll take it, Landon. We'll take it.
I don't know. You might take it. I won't.
Okay,
He's a
well.
fraud. This is
Well, you know,
just a
everything's
fraud in
unanimous
action.
in votes here.
It's true.
If there's one dissent, it's no.
That's true. That's right. So I guess we're no. I don't know.
Starting out tough on
Seems
this,
like it's
on this
something
final
else
lap
in
for our,
play. I mean, I'm
for
just
our
saying.
good friend.
You're just a little sad. I can get it.
No, I'm sad because Landon, as some may know, some may not know, does trivia, or I guess did trivia. Didn't give my team the win last night. So, yeah.
What
I'm
happened?
a
Well,
little
you
petty.
didn't earn it.
No, I mean, I earn it,
I mean,
schmurn it.
scale
I mean,
should
good
have been
Lord.
tipped
I mean, should
for
have gotten
us.
like
I mean,
plus 100 points. I should have started in the lead.
A little bit like
I
the president calling the FIFA guy.
I'm saying. I mean, I need something.
Well, I never got a call.
I tried. I would.
The call was just in the very presence of Bryant there.
Yeah,
Which should have been a thumb on the scale.
I tried to get some answers before it happened.
What type of trivia? All types or just sports?
No, one sport. Certainly one sports. It was like
There were some sports questions.
I missed them if there were.
Well,
I got there late.
That's also part of it too.
Yeah.
Is you were late showing
I
up.
did. Yeah, I was late, so I must have missed the sports. They were state questions, which I don't know my states.
state
very
capitals?
Well. No, not at all. It was like just things that happen in different states, or different things. I don't know how to explain it, but it was
State capitals can get a little hairy.
No state capitals were questioned, at least when I was there. So,
State capital of Kentucky.
Louisville. I don't know. Lexington. I don't know. Those are the only two cities I know in Kentucky, I think. Bowling Green.
No, it's not Bowling Green. I know that.
Only 3 cities I know in Kentucky, I'm afraid.
Frankfurt.
Wow. We could have been here. I could have guessed cities until 6 o'clock. Would have never landed on that. I don't know my capitals very well. So
I tell you another good one. Capitals with the name of a former president, like Jackson.
Okay. Interesting.
Lincoln.
Okay.
One more out there. Madison.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm not. You'll never get me to do well on state capitals. Not my.
We know in 2030 World Cup's going to be hosted by Morocco, Portugal, and Spain.
Yep.
State capital of Portugal, nation's capital, Portugal.
I couldn't tell you.
Isn't it Lisbon?
You're asking the wrong person if you're asking me.
How about this? FIFA that Fox for United States coverage this year paid about $500 million, $485 million. Almost let's call it $500 million. FIFA wants $2 billion for U.S. TV rights for the 2030 World Cup. If you were decision maker at a network and you can get them, but you got to say yes to $2 billion, would you do it?
Yeah, I'd probably do it. I mean, it's the World Cup. Somebody's going to do it. I mean, they're not going to.
Scared of the start times next time.
Well, that is true. I didn't even think about that. Start times can get a little hairy. But you could,
probably go off
run the
6
replays.
o'clock, 10 o'clock, noonish for us.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And then, you run the replays, throughout the rest
Weekend,
of the afternoon and overnight, So, yeah, I'd pay for them. I mean, I'd get it's the World Cup. It only happens every 4 years. I mean, somebody's going to pay for them. It's not going to just not be shown here, so.
Brian, you know how long I asked Keith Smith, our great friend from Spot Track in the front office show that joins us every Thursday to talk NBA. You know how many, for years, 2 or 3 times a year I would ask about Brad Stevens and a college job. He never got angry with me, but he answered me firmly. And you could tell through the years, why do you keep asking me this?
Sure.
It's not changing. And the answer never changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if it's Indiana?
Sure.
What if it's Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's North Carolina? What if it's all the what ifs? It never changed. If anything changed, he went to being the primo boss of the Boston Celtics, and that probably sealed it. Should I ask once again when we have Commissioner Greg Sankey on with us in 2 weeks from Tampa, from Tampa at SEC Media Days, are we at the end of peak media rights? How many times have I asked him that through the years?
I think every year.
And his answer is generally,
it's always the same.
Hadn't peaked if they keep paying.
That's right. That's exactly right. So, yeah, I mean, I think it should be your question every single year. I think you should just throw it out there every single year. Just make it your question.
Kind of like my go-to at AutoZone Park to all the players.
That's right, yeah.
You're going to be a big league manager
big league
someday.
Skip one day, yeah. No, I think, but I mean, I think it's a
fair
couple. Question. Yeah, that you did. I mean, but I guess you're telling everybody you got to hit on at least one. But no, yeah, I think
and I was serious. I really thought So Taguchi would be the first Japanese manager. He hadn't even become a manager, and there's been one.
No.
A couple.
Yeah. No, I think it's still a fair question.
But you hear out there that the NFL is cracking open all their rights.
Oh, yeah.
Come one, come all. And they're going to get whatever they want.
Yeah.
Big Ten's coming up, I think, year after next. SEC's coming up in a year or two. I think we got to be approaching a peak.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably why you should still probably answer or ask it, because we think we're close, but especially in college athletics, I think we've thought a lot of things over the last 4 to 6 years, and it's always kind of been the opposite, or it's always kind of been a surprise.
We always find it.
Yeah, so I think it's still a very fair question to ask.
What sounds better if I threw this at you? Today represents 50 days from the start of college football, or tomorrow means 7 weeks till college football. Always the weeks. 7 weeks tomorrow.
Yes, when you get down to those single digits.
7 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. But
the Tigers kick it off that weekend.
That's right. No, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, I saw the Tigers posted earlier today about 50 days until kickoff, and so yeah, getting closer and closer. Obviously, these media days over the next couple of weeks, that's gonna make it fly by even faster. And before we know it, we'll be talking about camp and getting these games underway. So definitely, I know we've talked about it a ton, but going to be even more fun here to talk week 0 action with the Tigers, and then to kind of let that be the appetizer to go into the regular season week 1. It's going to be really, really fun this year, I think, when we really get into the lead up of college football.
And this time next year will be 7 weeks from everybody getting started, and maybe 6 if we still have the handful of games on what we call a week 0.
Yeah, and still, waiting to see if we ever get any news.
What if we got
about
a week
that.
-1?
I don't think we will ever get that. But that would be.
That's too soon.
It even feels like with moving it up to week 0, the start time. It feels like if you got a week earlier than that, it would be too early. But I wouldn't be surprised. I think it would be one of those things where maybe the first year you don't have anything like that, and then maybe the second or third year you have a couple of teams that try to jump out there, a couple of networks that try to jump out there and say, hey, let's get some, let's create the new week 0. But it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out going into next season.
Are you watching the Waffles and España?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you see the dirty hit earlier by Spain? The uppercut down yonder to one of the Waffle players?
No.
Uncool. Keep it classy, Spain.
No, I haven't actually been able to watch much of this game.
International no-no.
Yeah, no, I haven't been able to watch much, just, kind of getting it on, and it was going to half. But yeah, I mean, really impressive for Belgium right now. The first team to score on Spain throughout the entire World Cup. So definitely big for them. I kind of thought when Spain scored early that this is going to be it. But for them to even it up one apiece, I think this could be a really fun one coming down to the end.
We knew it in real time, but that was a particularly just ugly exit for the United States.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just one of the bigger dud performances ever.
It was everything. It was the performance mixed with the kind of the fallout of getting Balogun back out there and kind of, allowing Belgium and a lot of other people to have the last laugh in that sense.
Then they're still chuckling.
It couldn't have been worse, honestly. Now
chortle away, Waffles.
Yeah, it's and so my question would be: are people rooting for Belgium after they
I got
beat
no
the
contempt
United
against
States?
them. Do you?
No, I have no
You
problem.
packing
with
any
them.
contempt against the Waffles?
I'm not packing content against anybody. It's all love in my
That's
heart.
a good way to go through life.
Well, it's a lie.
contempt.
I can say it. I don't know if it's true, but I have no ill
It's a
will.
nice way to approach life
to Belgium, but
from a really nice person.
well, yeah, other people would disagree with you, but I appreciate it. No, but I think that the United States exit, if it was worse, I can't imagine it, because now I'm seeing, a lot of people throwing hate on Pulisic and him taking himself out of that game against Belgium. So yeah, it's about as bad as it could get.
Don't we always kind of not really like, I had an injury after the fact news, though?
Yeah,
A little bit of an excuse, isn't it?
Sure. I've heard a lot of people and their takes on the whole thing. I'm kind of with Pulisic in it. But yeah, it's one of those things when you lose a game and you take yourself out. First off, I didn't even know he took himself out. I thought he was pulled out during the game and then found out afterwards.
But that's a little like Ty Simpson in the Rose Bowl, isn't it?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what's different, because I've heard people compare him to Jalen Brunson and how Brunson played through the wrist and now he's having surgery on the wrist, and other players, you got to tough it out, you got to play through it. The difference between all of that is you're referencing guys that are playing the last couple of games of the season, and now they're going to have 4 months off. Pulisic is playing in July. His season starts with AC Milan in August. So in 2 weeks, he's going to be getting back to camp and practicing and getting ready for the season for his actual club team that he gets paid a lot of money to play for. And so I do not blame him for saying, hey man, my ankle is in bad shape right now. I got to take myself out. I got to get out of here. And then, hopefully we got other guys that can step up. They didn't have it. But here's the thing. Christian Pulisic could have played the entire game. He could have played none of the game. The United States was not winning that game against Belgium. Belgium was by far the better team. And
we could run
Yeah,
young Pele out there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the World Cup is at a kind of weird time in the schedule for soccer, and these guys have their clubs that they have to play for, and so I was not mad at all at Christian Pulisic for taking himself out of the game.
I'm not mad at him either.
A lot of people are, so.
But after the fact, everybody can't become the bloody sock and Kurt Schilling.
No, it's only a few do that, and
and even that got questioned.
Sure,
but there's I tell you, all seriousness, I am sick of any conspiracy in anything. I'm tired of, and my biggest when it comes to sports, and it's always this. The refs were out to get us.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't call it both ways. They shot more free throws. We had phantom holdings, whatever sport it is. Then, all right, so I kind of let people go all the way with the narrative of the whole conspiracy. I let them walk all the way out. And then 3 simple words and a question mark shuts it down.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Why whether it was the NCAA tournament or a bowl game or the NFL, why did they conspire against fill in the blank?
Yeah,
and that answer is, I don't know. Well, then you sound like a fool.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely.
You sound like a 10-year-old making excuses.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And so, no, but the World Cup has been a lot of fun, and it's going to continue to be fun. This game has been great, and we'll see who ultimately wins, if it's Spain or if maybe Belgium can pull what would be a pretty big upset over España. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on with the World Cup. I'm sure we'll talk more about it with Bruce Marshall at 4:00. But let me set up today's show before
who never got caught up in. We believe we can win this game. He never got caught up in this U.S. team being anything that special.
No. I think a lot of the soccer people kind of saw this team for what it was and said, they could win maybe a couple games, but that's about it. So yeah, let me set up today's show before we get to top and not top story of the day, 3:30. Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He'll join us. Talk wagering with him. We'll talk a lot of baseball, maybe get into some college football as media day started, maybe some NFL as well. We'll talk a lot with Alan Bell at 3:30. 3:45, we'll talk the NBA. As some NBA news out there. We're still on LeBron James watch as we wait for him to make a decision. A lot of Summer League action as Vegas Summer League got started yesterday. We had the matchup of 1 versus 2 last night. Right now, we got a game started. The Grizzlies, they'll play their first Las Vegas Summer League game later tonight against the Chicago Bulls. So a lot of NBA talk at 3:45. 4 o'clock, Bruce Marshall from the Gold Sheet. He'll join us. We'll talk a lot of wagering with him. We'll get into some Major League Baseball. We'll get into some college football as well. We'll talk some World Cup with him also as we're now into the quarterfinals. 4:30, we'll talk some baseball as a lot of baseball news as we're slowly approaching All-Star Week. More guys being named to the Home Run Derby, and a St. Louis Cardinal has gotten a massive extension. We'll talk all of that at 4:30. 4:45, big number of the day. 5 o'clock, we'll get into some high hard ones. 5:30, we'll talk about what's trending. And at 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Moe's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Summer, it is here, and it's time to get those backyards ready for the ultimate pool party. Above ground pools starting at $39.99 installed, with in-ground pools starting at $49,999. All in-stock patio furniture is priced to move, with 5-piece patio furniture sets starting at just $999. Outdoor sectionals, they're starting at $12.99 with a free umbrella and base available with select patio furniture sets. While you're out there, don't forget about the hot tubs and the swim spas. Hot tubs starting at $34.99 with swim spas at $16,999. Special financing is available, and if you mention this ad, get $200 off any pool or spa purchase. So head out there to Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40.
For the final time with Landon Schmidt producing, with much appreciation from all of us to him. We are Sports Time. He's Bryant, I'm Brett, and we're live and local and with you until 6 o'clock. We want you to join us by texting or calling the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line at 901-360-8255. All our guests will join us on the Sissy's Log Cabin guest line at 901-360-8255. We're always live and local from our Family Leisure Studios, and this hour brought to you every day by the great people at Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Great offers on all the 2026 models and always special leasing options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. You can call them at 901-334-9673, but they invite you to stop by the only Lexus dealership in Memphis, and that's at 2600 Ridgeway, and that's where you can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2026 flagship LS500, and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and they make for the safe luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day, it is Vegas Summer League as it got started yesterday. It will continue for the next couple of weeks. We got one game going on right now, Milwaukee and Miami. The Grizzlies, they'll start Vegas Summer League later tonight, and the big question will be, who plays in that game later tonight? We have a really good feeling Cam Boozer will play tonight, as it will be the matchup between number 3 and number 4. But Kareem Lopez, the number 16 pick the number 21 pick in the draft earlier this month, will he play? He didn't play in Salt Lake City. Will he play tonight in Las Vegas? I saw one video. I don't remember who posted it. Somebody out there covering the Vegas Summer League, and he was at shoot around, but he was not in a practice jersey. He was the only player not in a practice jersey. So I am guessing that means he probably won't play tonight, but haven't seen anything official on if he will play. Walter Clayton Jr., the other player that missed Salt Lake City Summer League. Those are two guys that a lot of people have questions about. Obviously, with Kareem Lopez, not many people know much about him after playing in the NBL last year. With Walter Clayton, we got to look at him last year, but still a lot of questions about his future with the Grizzlies. A lot of people wanting to see him out in Summer League and see what he can do against this level of competition. But either way, should be a fun game later tonight. The Bulls, they've got some really fun young players on that Summer League roster, so it should be a lot of fun. And, kind of watching all these top picks has been really enjoyable. Last night with that 1 versus 2 matchup, you saw a couple of the other top point guard prospects later in the night. So always love watching Vegas Summer League, and hopefully we get another good look and another good performance out of Cam Boozer tonight.
Brian, I'm with you on the Walter Clayton questions. I want to see more, but I think the questions are there really across the board. Handle, shot, defense, adaptability, comfortability. Last year just really did not look great here, but I think we need a longer look. But I'm with you on those questions.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really in on Walter Clayton when they traded for him. I don't really see him as a long-term piece with the Grizzlies. But hey, I would like to see more of him, certainly. And I think this is a good opportunity for him to, at the very least, continue to build chemistry with some of those other guys that will be on the regular roster.
My top story, LeBron James down to not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 teams left really bidding for LeBron James. Miami, Cleveland, Philadelphia, Golden State, Denver, or Minnesota. If it's Cleveland, it's the ultimate homecoming. I don't think anybody could argue with it. It would be perfect regardless of how it would end next year in Cleveland. If it's Miami, that's a good homecoming again for them. They would get him for a second time, like Cleveland got him 2 different tours of duty. He would be trying for that 3rd title there. He promised a lot more than that at that famous press conference. Philadelphia, he would be part of that Philadelphia basketball heritage and basketball scene. I like that story. That's my favorite story. And at Golden State, it would be the last dance for Golden State. And he would be one of the lead dancers in that. In Denver, with Jokic, be going for Denver second. He couldn't deliver 2 in Cleveland. He got more than that in Miami. He got that in Miami. He got 2 in Miami, didn't he? Yeah. So we'll see if it's Denver. If it's Minnesota, it would be their first, and he would be legendary.
Yeah.
It would be their first in anything other than the Twinks in 87 and 91.
Yeah, no, that would be really big if he could go there and win them a championship.
Not top story of the day.
My not top story of the day. It was your top story of the day. We're still waiting on LeBron James to make his decision. And because of that, it is the biggest story in the NBA. When you're the best player in the NBA, when you're out there looking for a new home, it just becomes the biggest story on the planet. We'll see who he ultimately decides. We talked yesterday about how he's listening to the voicemails and teams making their pitches to him. We then saw Steph Curry come out last night as he's participating in that golf tournament out in Tahoe, and he talked about, hey, LeBron James, come on, you want to do some winning? We'll do some winning in Golden State, which I would love to see LeBron James go to Golden State. I think him and Steph Curry, Draymond Green, if they could get Anthony Davis, I think that'd be fun to watch. I don't really know how much long-term winning, how much postseason winning there would be with that group, but I do think it would be a fun storyline. It would be a lot of fun to watch. Obviously, if he goes back to Cleveland, back home, that would certainly be a big story. Another run in Miami with Giannis would get people excited. Philadelphia, a lot of interesting pieces there. That would certainly be an interesting landing spot. And then, you've got those other options like Minnesota, like Denver. Obviously, any of them, I think, are better with LeBron James, but it's ultimately what does he pick and when does he pick? Because we all kind of thought it would be around this time. We'll see if it carries into the weekend, maybe even into next week.
He could be the person in Minnesota that pushed them to getting the new arena. They have one of the oldest arenas in the league. Yeah. And in Denver with Jokic, we talked about it. Look what we did today. My not top story was your top story. I've seen enough from NBA Summer League. I don't need to see Walter Clayton. I don't need to see anybody else. I sure don't need to see the top picks anymore. We know they can play. I watched a little of Devanza and Peterson last night. We know Boozer, what he can do. The young point guards, they're all who we thought they would be. They're going to be fine. We need to speed the NBA calendar up. I'm out. I'm not watching another minute of Summer
Well,
League.
it's just something fun to watch, Throw on a little Summer League, see these guys in action, see some of those guys that are fighting for their basketball life, which is even more fun than watching those top prospects.
We
You're
can
right,
watch
we
the
know.
Cardinals' newest millionaire, can't we?
That's very true. You absolutely and will watch
J.J.
that.
Weatherholt. He
no.
better be good.
Yeah, and so far, so good. We'll see if it continues with this big deal. But that'll do it for top and not top story of the day. Let's get to our first break, and when we return, we're talking some wagering. Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He joins us next.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders Roofing and Restoration. We've seen days, even what seems like weeks of soaking rain, damaging hail, and even flooding. So today, do one simple thing. Look up. If you see a water stain, bubbling paint, or discoloration on your ceiling, don't ignore it. What starts as a small roof leak can quickly become mold, turning a minor problem into a major expense. At Metro Builders Memphis, our professionals will inspect your roof, assess any storm damage, help mitigate further damage. We'll measure your roof from outer space and guide you through the repair or replacement process with an estimate on site with multiple options at that. Don't let them tell you your roof needs to be replaced when all it may need is some love. We'll give you an honest assessment so you can make the right decision for your home and family. At Metro Builders Memphis, call me, 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717, or simply book your appointment online at metrobuildersmemphis.com.
Looking for that perfect piece that says forever? As did Grammy winner Lainey Wilson for her engagement. Discover the elegance of Holly Winter fine jewelry in Germantown. From stunning custom designs and engagement rings to timeless gifts she'll treasure for years, Holly Winter offers personalized service and beautiful fine jewelry for every occasion. Visit Holly Winter Fine Jewelry at the Shops of Forest Hill on Poplar, where Memphis finds sparkle, style, and something truly special. Holly Winter Fine Jewelry, 9155 Poplar, Suite 18.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Huey's has been serving the Memphis community since 1970. In this local, family-owned restaurant, you'll find a casual setting and laid-back atmosphere, where entertainment includes writing on graffiti walls and listening to live music every Sunday. Huey's has been voted best burger in Memphis every year since 1984, and most kid-friendly for more than 30 years. With 10 locations across Memphis and North Mississippi, there's sure to be a Huey's close by. Huey's Restaurants, blues, brews, and burgers for over 55 years.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. It's starting a little bit heavier now through Midtown. Right on schedule, especially over here I-40 at Danny Thomas as traffic builds across the Hernando to Soto Bridge, pushing on over into Crittenden County, trying to get south of Memphis. Moving right now down through South Haven on 55. We're keeping an eye on it as it builds down through there all the way down into Tate County. South of Memphis, you need to watch your speed. Hey, bridal season is here. Shop local right now and save all that money at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Back into Sports Time, Bryant and Brett with you, and we've got to talk some wagering. We do it at this time every single week with Alan Bell. Alan Bell joins us from Driving the Line. Alan, thanks so much for joining us. A lot to get into, but it's that time of year, media days getting started around college football. We had Big 12 media days earlier this week, and looking around in the Big 12, a lot of really interesting teams. We know kind of it feels like a lot of people think the top two teams, Texas Tech and BYU. How do you view the Big 12, and who do you have as kind of that top team in the conference?
Yeah, man. First off, I appreciate you guys having me back. Look, I start right there the same way you do. Texas Tech, BYU, right? That's who's looking at the Big 12. And Texas Tech really wants a piece. Well, not only at Texas, but I think Texas Tech wants a piece of the world. So I'm interested to see. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they feel like the next Indiana. And, I mean, you know, let's not put that expectation out there. But they want all the smoke, as the kids say. So we're going to find out about Texas Tech, man, for sure.
They do want it, and they've paid for a lot of smoke. And next week, the ACC will have their media days. Do you think Bill Belichick finishes the season as head coach at North Carolina?
Man, that is a great question, man. What does Bill Belichick want, right? Like, you know, how long does he want to do it? You know, what's his motivation? Obviously, he's there to win, but I don't know, man. Like, it feels like Belichick's kind of in half retirement mode, half in I really want to coach mode. Like, it feels like it changes during the day, but it's a good question. What are you going to get out of North Carolina? What are you going to get out of Clemson? That's another great question. And Dabo Swinney.
Yeah, just like at Big 12 media days, and Brian and I, we discussed it a lot. You know, this is a big year for Dion, but it's even bigger for Bill Belichick because Dion did have some success. He had the 9-4 year. At the end of last year, it didn't look like Bill Belichick would ever have a 9-win season again in his life.
No, it didn't. You know what I mean? And you're right with Dion in Colorado. It feels like it would – I don't know what it would take to get him out, but you're right with comparing those two coaches in terms of the situation. And that's the other thing, too, with North Carolina is that you're going to get – you're going to get recruiting. You're definitely going to get NIL money and opportunities with a guy like Bill Belichick there. But if you're going 7-6 or, you know, however it ends with a bowl, if you even get there, what does it matter? How well are you going to recruit? So North Carolina finds itself in an interesting position. You're already moneyed in. You've already paid for Bill Belichick essentially for this year, so see what you get. But I'm with you. After this year, hey, all bets are on the table.
Yeah,
you're right. You're moneyed in. You've made the big ante, and both Dion and Belichick right now both have probably paid off. But from here on, it's probably depreciating value in both of them. Welcome to coaching. You have to win.
Oh, 100%, right? And you know, now, you know, coaches used to get, 5-6 years at least at minimum. Not that, these guys don't absolutely deserve it in every spot. But, yeah, I mean, what do you do? Because you're right. You've already bought in. You've already got for this season. But how far do you want to go? And if you're North Carolina, were you looking at this as like a 2-year deal in regards to Bill Belichick, 2-3 years max? Because how long do you want to go? I find that part so fascinating because nobody could say that until it's that day that you're going to step away, and who knows what Belichick wants to do. It could change tomorrow. You know what I mean? Belichick can wake up and say, "Damn."
And on the change tomorrow front, it's not going to be tomorrow, but it can change. It can change rapidly during the season, and we've seen it build, and they're out before they can really. I mean, this time last summer, nobody was talking about Brian Kelly being out during the season. This time last summer, we knew Sam Pittman had needed a big year, but he was out before October 1st. Alan, do you see any way that Josh Heupel could look up and he enters a week of the season in October of he has to win a game?
I could absolutely see that. Now, I don't know if Josh Heupel's got a Sam Pittman scenario, but I can tell you Tennessee fans certainly want to see some wins. Now, and this is where it gets interesting, is because Josh Heupel certainly has done a lot of winning at Knoxville. There's no question about that. But you look around, Georgia, constantly, in a championship mode. Texas, is getting better by the year. And they, their recruiting is going to continue to go with that. Alabama, keep going down the list, right? So where does Tennessee fit? Where does it go with Josh Heupel? Is Josh Heupel a 10-11 win coach a year, like a Phil Fulmer, right? Or, and then throw in the pod situation in regards to scheduling and all of that, man. It's going to be big for a lot of SEC teams. What's Ole Miss going to look like full year without Lane Kiffin? What's LSU going to look like with Lane Kiffin and Ed Orgeron? The SEC this year is going to be fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Going back to the Big 12, there was a lot of talk about Brendan Sorsby. Obviously, when Texas Tech's time was up, they had a lot of questions. The commissioner had a lot of questions asked to him about Brendan Sorsby and that whole situation. But then we learned that the NCAA now investigating Cincinnati and what they knew about the whole thing. And then Cincinnati came after that and goes, well, we didn't know anything, and everybody was tampering with him while he was on our roster. What do you make of this story continuing to be a story around college football?
Yeah, you know what it is? It reminds me, you remember like 10 years ago, when you would worry about like each college football program and, getting sanctioned, and the NCAA would show up on campus, right, to investigate. And that was always bad because they're going to find something. This is the new that, except it's in terms of gambling. So when you have these players that get in trouble for it, whether they're betting on their sport or betting on, Major League Baseball, once you bring in, the different groups that want to investigate, buddy, they're going to find something. And when they do, they're going to lay the hammer down, because you're talking about a $40 billion business that Las Vegas is the number one group that does not want any craziness coming out. They want everything on the straight and narrow, and they're going to pay to do that. So any of these players that are messing around with gambling, even in other sports, buddy, be careful, because you're bringing a lot of scrutiny to an entire campus, way bigger than you. Not the time to be messing around. Right?
Vegas, they're going to win plenty. They don't want any tomfoolery, because then that could kind of corrupt the whole enterprise. But Alan, I've been shocked by a lot of these players that get involved in this, how the betting place has such the information on them and how it gets out. Is none of that privileged? I mean, could they? And I don't have a single app, hadn't made one bet ever online, but could, if I started, could they just release ever betting trend, ever habit?
Oh, 100%, right? And that's the information, and you know it better than anybody. That's the information, and that's the data that not only gives them an edge, but like you said, the one group that does not want any chaos or anybody cheating or anybody doing anything is Las Vegas itself, because it's already baked into a 56% winning percentage, right?
Exactly.
So all they want is, they just want standard business procedures. So yeah, man, like they have all that kind of information, and that's what's wild. I would love to get a hold of it as well. Maybe one day when we're VIPs, we'll be able to go.
You got it. Alan Bell with us, driving the line. He's with us every Friday on our Sissy's Log Cabin guest line. And in 7 Fridays from now, we're going to be picking games. We're going to be picking games on preseason even before that, but we'll have college games 7 weeks from today. Alan, yesterday, Bryant and I were talking about kind of the fan miserable index. And we decided, when you're losing, it bothers you, but the fan misery index is really determined by your neighbors, your friends of those other teams. And you mentioned Tennessee having to watch Georgia. I said that yesterday, and I mentioned Alabama. And I bring this up because about 14, 15 years ago, a week or two before the season for college started, I'm at a MUS game here in Memphis. And coming up the steps, and he was a little bit older. I don't think he knew his voice was as loud as it was, but it was an older man and his wife, probably there to watch grandchildren play. And I heard him tell his wife, no, I don't want to sit over there. They're Alabama fans, and I don't want to hear that all night. and that's what really gets you steamed up. And now every opposing fan is certified expert on your team.
Oh, 100%, right? Because it's not only what you're doing and what your team's doing. What are your rivals doing? What's your in-state doing? Look, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt's been good the last 2 years. What's that going to look like, right? What's Tennessee going to look like this year? You got a lot of young guys that are on the team. Man, like that's what makes it so good, is because, again, like you said, it's not only rooting for your team, but like it's so passionate of the in-state, state line rivalry, all of it, inside conference, outside conference. Yeah, 7 weeks till college football.
I promise you I did. I mentioned Vandy with Tennessee. Okay, they got to look at Kirby and see what he's doing. They had to look at Coach Saban and what he's doing. All right, we can't have Vandy right here in our lap, too.
Yeah.
Not only are you battling that, you're battling recruiting. You're battling all of it. Yeah, man. You're looking around saying, we do not need more competition. But it's the SEC. Everybody's going to compete against you, But you're 100% correct on that. That's why it's so important. Remember 10, 15 years ago in recruiting, we used to say, lock the state, right? It's as important now as ever, especially with NIL. And these guys that can make money, you got money to spend, yeah, they're going to do it.
Absolutely. Talking to Alan Bell, he joins us every week to talk some wagering, talk a little bit of everything. What do you make of this extension for St. Louis Cardinals shortstop or second baseman now? I'm playing both, but J.J. Weatherholt, this big time deal for the young kid.
I love it, man. The St. Louis Cardinals are such a young team, and they're performing much better this year than what we thought they would. Not that we thought the Cardinals were going to be bad, but I like where this team is headed, right? So, yeah, man, go ahead and block up your young talent. Get yourself going. Got the draft coming up. Yeah, and we got Cardinals Braves this weekend, too. I like that over 8 tonight. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
You like the over 8 tonight. The Braves just want to get to break and start getting some people healthy, don't they?
Buddy, they sure do, man. But the fun part, though, is that you're getting a lot of dudes getting a lot of it back. And once you start getting some, just familiarity with doing it day in and day out with all these injuries, yeah, man, you're gonna see some guys get up there aggressive because they're saying, "Hey, this might be my only shot. Let's go."
Did you see Allen just drop that over 8 in there so casually, Brian? He likes
that. That's how you do it.
I'm excited for it, man. And we're definitely going to the West Coast for baseball this weekend.
All right. Well, tell us what else you like around Major League Baseball.
Yeah, so we got Braves Cardinals. We just talked about that. Rockies and Giants got an over of 8.5. I think you're going to have some nice weather, some nice hitting out there. Then Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. You're going to be out in Los Angeles. Like you said, man, all these teams, especially the ones at the top, just trying to get to the All-Star break healthy or getting healthy. But I think you're going to see out in the West Coast, you're going to see some nice hitting. You're still going to see weather across the South and East a little bit on the East Coast. West Coast should be really nice. That Braves Cardinals is going to be a lot of fun. And that's the start right there in the West, and they just keep going.
The Dodgers are only up 14 games in the loss column over Arizona and San Diego. I think we can declare them the winner of the West.
Yeah, the Dodgers being up 14 games already, and look, they're going to continue to add to that too. When this team starts to hit, man, it's almost like watching college baseball. They're just so much fun because you just have 1 through 9. They can absolutely put the bat on the ball.
Yeah. We talked about some of these teams that are playing really, really well. We talked about the teams wanting to get to a break. There are other teams that do not want to get to a break because they're playing so hot. One of those teams, the Miami Marlins, I mean, they just coming off a big series win against the Mariners. Now they're at home against the Guardians. Sandy Alcantara on the mound later tonight. Anything you like in that game?
Yeah, I would normally say I'd be betting the overs immediately, right? Because the Marlins playing well, both pitching and hitting. And the Guardians, they can put up some runs and they'll give up runs. But when you've got Sandy on the mound for Miami, I mean, this dude can go 9 innings and hold you to 1 or 2. So I'd be careful tonight. And be careful, because Miami, their pitching is a lot better than we thought it would be. But you're going to get runs this weekend for sure because the Guardians are going to give them up. It'll be a fun series, man.
Yeah.
The Marlins are a fun team.
They are a very, very fun team. Both those teams down in Florida, they got the baseball going right now. I mean, both Tampa Bay and Miami, they're playing some really, really nice baseball. But, Alan, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll do it again next Friday.
Man, I sure do appreciate you guys. You have a great weekend. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Alan. You too.
Alan Bell joining us to talk all things wagering, and we talk a little bit of everything with Alan Bell when he joins us. But yeah, a lot of overs from Alan today, and I definitely like that. You gotta like betting overs in Major League Baseball.
Did you have anything in the soccer today?
Yeah. Spain over 1.5 and over 3.5 corners. They already have over 3.5 corners. We just need them to get one more goal.
1-1 with 9 minutes to play.
That's right. So we will we'll see what happens here, but a good one so far between.
I'm pulling
between
harder for Spain
and
now. I want you to get there.
Yeah, we'll see. It won too much money on it, so if it loses, it's
very
it's
rare
fine.
on Friday where we already have the weekend set in the golf. Have you taken a look at it?
I all I know is that Scotty is not making it. That blew up my phone earlier this morning, but I have not. I can't say I've watched much of the Scottish Open.
I'm done.
See, you're joining the club. How about that? Wow,
I'm done.
The club
Landon,
gets bigger.
It's going to be like Toronto. He can never hurt me again.
Well, I guess I had already got to that point. Now you're getting to that point, so I guess
miscut.
Yeah,
at least you were getting money. I'm getting zero.
That's true. That's true. But you with Scotty, you've cashed in before. I mean, it's not like it's been all zeros with Scotty. He's been good.
I thought it was an ATM.
Well, it's supposed to be, but this year it has not been that ATM, and
only one person gets both players through, and that was John.
Wow, holy cow.
I think John is now treating us like the Brewers treat the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, it's really not.
He's
fair.
just toying with us.
It's really not fair, honestly.
Landon's final picks. Big
good.
Bagel.
Wow.
Shoffley
non-existent.
Right and zero.
I hate that.
Bryant, you missed on Oberg. I missed on Scotty.
Ludwig missed the cut?
Yeah,
Ludwig missed the cut.
Wow.
Hate to break it to you like that.
Well, I was about to say, like I said, I haven't watched any of Scott. I'm going to be very honest. I have
a lot
not.
of big names missed it.
I've not watched a shot of the Scottish Open this weekend. So maybe I'll tune in tonight or tomorrow.
Hogarth's playing pretty well. He's
good.
T13 going
All
into the weekend.
All right, well that makes you feel good, but yeah, man, I'm shocked on Ludwig. That blows my mind. Last time Scotty missed a cut right here in Memphis. So
right
how about
here.
That?
I didn't even remember us having a cut.
Yeah.
The
only reason I remember it is because it was such a big deal when he missed it. Everyone was like, "Yeah, I can't believe Scotty missed the cut."
How come I don't remember it at all?
I don't know. But I probably, if you had asked me, like, if I hadn't heard that or read it this morning, I probably would have been like, I probably wouldn't have guessed here. But when I heard it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that being a pretty big deal when he."
I thought we've been no cut since we went to August.
Yeah,
that was in 19.
Yeah. I guess there was a year or two in there where there was cuts in there, because I mean it's been since 19 when he missed that cut, so interesting. But
I'm done.
Well, I guess somebody else will have Sky. But now here's the thing: you're going to be done with him. Now he's going to go out and win the next tournament. He's going to win next week.
Person picking behind me can have him.
I guess so. So it's tough out here when you're losing faith in Scotty Scheffler. But that's where we're at with Scotty. But we need to go ahead, get to another break, and when we return, got to talk the NBA. We're still on LeBron watch. Some other news out there from the association. We'll talk about it next on Sports Time.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
For those that watch the stock market, the real estate market also has its watchers, like me, Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. Right now I'm seeing the listing inventory increasing and the contracts and closings not keeping up, which puts us in what is labeled as a buyer's market. That is why it is extremely critical that you obtain the best advice and expertise when you're considering the sale of your home. And that is what I do. To make your home a sweet spot, where buyers are drawn to you like bees to honey, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure I am one of them. Find out about my highly successful strategic marketing program that can help you sell your home quicker at a better price. Remember what people often say, when you want the job done, call Sheldon. Call me at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. That's right, relocate is in my name. memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Old Dominick Distillery is pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. From the winning atmosphere at its downtown Memphis distillery to award-winning craft spirits, Old Dominick is pure Memphis spirit through and through. Swing by the distillery bar for a pregame cocktail or celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting. Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
We're back in Sports Time,
Go!
Bryant. Well, there you go. That's
now I can leave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Why don't you take over, Brett? You're good. Tell them what happened.
How about that?
Tell them what happened. You're the one doing the goal. You got to finish it. You got to say who scored and all that stuff.
España.
There you go. That's right.
For Bryant's cash.
That's right. Yeah, that was
almost
big.
tore my house down for you.
Well,
pulling for you vicariously.
I'm glad. It was it makes you feel good when you cash a bet. So
all right, here's my big soccer take. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready for it.
When they get it in that middle area, right in front of the goal, that's big.
No, it's huge. That is that's where you make your money.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah, get it to the middle, and then man, that one off a rebound, man.
It's equivalent of being good short yardage in college football. I'm gonna translate everything into college football.
I love it. Yeah. Well, hey, Brett, we know we've made it as you being a soccer guy. When you come to the table with soccer takes, that's when we've really made it. I love it. I love it right there. But yeah, it looks like. Spain.
Poor waffles.
Yeah, no, I mean.
Good enough for you. Dunk on this.
We'll see how much added time is added here in about 50 seconds.
I want to be the poster person for the ugly American.
Well, there's going to be a lot of them, I'm sure, if Belgium is eliminated here. So we'll see. It took a lot for them to get one goal on Spain again. Belgium, the first team to score a goal against Belgium in the entire World
Hang
Cup.
that banner.
Yeah, no, not much of a banner if you lose the game, but we'll see if maybe they've got some heroics in
both
them.
Spain goals off rebounds.
Wow, I mean that's huge. That is.
How's that for breaking it down?
Now I was breaking it down.
A friend texted it to me.
Well, hey, there you go. See, I missed the first goal. Like I said, I didn't get to the game until it was about halftime.
I miss more goals than I see.
Yeah, well, that happens. You got it.
And then I drive all the way to Kansas City and
you didn't see any goals.
Didn't see any goals.
You missed all the goals because there were none. But yeah, so it looks
like
I
had a friend of mine accuse me of really not going.
Really?
Can you believe that?
Did you send him the picture of you in the stadium?
All kind of. I'm your credit card.
Good Lord.
What the hell you did?
I mean,
he said, you didn't do that. That's radio shit. I said, look.
Actually went there, actually did it, which is, again, I'm still so happy that,
I got
that.
Stained Bryant's barbecue shirt to prove it.
I love it. I mean, that is what it's all about.
But
getting
it was
out
beef.
there.
It really wasn't pigs. It's not really barbecue.
Well,
but,
tomato,
good.
right?
It's good.
If it's good,
really
it's good. If they want to call it barbecue,
whatever.
Whatever. I'll get down.
Football, soccer, whatever you want to call it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, makes no difference to me. But over in the NBA, we got some summer league going on, but nobody cares about the summer league as much as they care about where LeBron James will land. We're still waiting on some news.
when's more important to me than where.
Yeah, I mean it's the big question right now.
We'll get to the where at some point.
Sure. I mean, we've talked about kind of when could it happen.
I would have missed on every bet. I would. Yeah. I thought last weekend, 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. Now we're
early in the week.
Yeah, we're getting to another weekend, and we'll see if it is this weekend or if it goes into next week. I mean, it really sounds like he is going to take already taking his time with it. But going to take his time with this to make his decision. I heard he's on like a golf trip with Draymond right now, so I don't know.
Nice.
Doing some recruiting there.
Wonder where.
I have no clue. I didn't even know they were on a
golf
trip
and golf trips will be one of my hard ones at you.
All right, interesting. I'm ready for it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a good feeling that this is ending this weekend. I think this is going to go into next week, and it's going to be a really, really drawn out process.
Deep into next week?
I don't know about deep into next week.
Got a pretty good sports void next week.
Yeah, I could see it around Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. Just kind of middle of the week, kind of drop that in there. But I don't know. I really don't have a good feeling on when he could possibly make his decision.
There are people out there praying for Wednesday. We're not, because we're going to talk ACC Media Days next week.
We're going to be all over ACC Media Days. So yeah, LeBron, go ahead and make your decision this weekend. Don't get in the way of.
And we're going to talk Open Championship.
Yeah, no, we have a lot to discuss next week, so we're not
All-Star game.
Yeah, we're not worried about when LeBron James commits, if you will. He can do it whenever. But that is the big story right now out there in the NBA, and we'll see ultimately when that decision is made by him. And again, I think a lot of fans here are paying attention to what's happening in Detroit and what happens with Jalen Duren. Obviously, a lot smaller than LeBron James, but it feels like this is lasting a lot longer than I thought it would for Jalen Duren. We'll see if they can get that deal situated up in Detroit.
I don't even know if they're very active on any social media, but Instagram, anything. Have you seen anything from the Gasol brothers going to World Cup? Following Spain, anything?
I can't say that I follow either of them.
I can't imagine Mark being very active in it.
No, definitely not. I could see Powell.
He hated it. Yeah, I could see Powell.
But yeah, I don't follow either of them that closely to know whether they're posting anything about anything.
Yeah, me either.
So I really don't know.
I like them a lot, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hope they've had the opportunity to get to a Spain game. I think that would be
soak it
really
in Spain.
Cool.
They're about to get through the extra time.
That's right. So will be a really nice win for them. Came in as one of the favorites, and as long as things stand where they're at right now, they'll be dancing into the semifinals. So definitely will be a lot of fun. But we need to go ahead and get to another break. And when we return, we're going to talk some more wagering. Bruce Marshall from the Gold Sheet. He joins us next.
Unlock your new go-to spot, Codes Dispensary in Steele, Missouri, just over an hour from Memphis. When you're ready for a legal, reliable option, they're right up the road. Explore the full menu of top-shelf products in-store and online. Short on time? Order ahead and cruise through the drive-thru for a quick pickup. Stack rewards while you stock up with Club Codes. Earn points for every dollar spent. Codes Dispensary, now open in Steele, Missouri. Supreme cannabis that's worth the drive. Learn more at CodesDispensary.com. That's CodesDispensary.com.
The best clubs never stand still. Colonial Country Club has been an iconic part of Memphis golf for generations. And today, a multi-million-dollar reinvention is reshaping its future. Members enjoy championship golf and family-focused amenities including pickleball, tennis, swimming, fitness, dining, and a vibrant club calendar. History matters. So does what comes next. Membership opportunities are now available. Visit thenewcolonial.com to learn how you can be a part of Colonial's next chapter.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Napa Cafe celebrates 28 years in 2026.
Hi,
I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet piquilla peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finish with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes. Or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger-buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. We can't wait to serve you.
Come join in and celebrate 28 years of Napa Cafe in 2026.
It's true. East Memphis Ace Hardware is closing. But just like always, they're taking care of you with a big going out of business sale. Everything in the store is 30% off. Everything, including the Big Green Egg and all Weber grills. Some things have additional savings, like Amy Howard paint at 75% off. Come in and save like it's goodbye, because it is. Save at least 30% on everything in the store. East Memphis Ace Hardware, corner of White Station and Quince, going out of business.
Hi, I'm Parker Trotz with NST Injury Attorneys. For over 35 years, we've fought for Memphis families and won big. If you've been injured, the call is free, and you don't pay unless you win. NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. TDOT's on the scene of a couple of accidents out here. More volume in the last few minutes. Right where you would expect, 240 South at South Parkway. The further south you go up Memphis, there's been a radar down through there in parts of DeSoto County a little bit earlier as it starts to get a bit heavy through South Haven now on 55 going southbound, south of Memphis. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car, truck, having transmission problems. Come to Amco Transmissions right now with 2 locations here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
To Sports Time, Bryant and Brett with you as we start our second hour on this Friday afternoon. We got to talk some more wagering, a little bit of everything. We do that every single Friday at this time with Bruce Marshall.
Joining the guys every Friday is college football historian and Vegas legend Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insiders, CBS Sports, and his own website, bamsports.net. With over 30 years on Memphis radio, with handicapping and sports talk, here's Bruce Marshall with Bryant and Brett.
Marshall joins us every single Friday from the Gold Sheet to talk some wagering. We talk a little bit of everything when he joins us. We just saw Spain advance to the semifinals. They'll play France in that semifinal game with a 2-1 win over Belgium. But Bruce, we saw the United States fall to this Belgium team last week. Now Belgium, their time in the World Cup is up. What did you make of what the U.S. showed in that knockout game?
Oh, highly disappointing. And it was it kind of went back to what I was thinking before the World Cup began, Bryant, that Pochettino was a vanity hire. Just because he had a name. He had coached teams with some of the greatest players in the world. He had coached Mbappe. He had coached Messi. He had coached Neymar. I mean, he had coached Harry Kane. He had coached Christian Eriksen, who's one of the best players in the world. And he got fired from all those jobs before. They sort of got me off the scent of that, and those of us who were critical of Pochettino in the first couple of matches. But in fact, those were just, he got own goals in both the Paraguay and Australia to start those matches up. Those teams were very suspect offensively, and the matchups and the surroundings and all just worked right. And Bosnia too just had no punch offensively. But you saw Belgium just play through that defense, just the way I saw in those run-up games to the World Cup. And the disappointing thing is, U.S. has gone out in all these World Cups before, but usually not like that, not so feebly like that. Even in '94, when they, that was one of their second World Cup in 44 years. They took Brazil, the eventual champ, to 1-0 when they eliminated in the round of 16 in '94. Germany, the finalists in '02, the year they got to the quarterfinals, 1-0, close. So they never really went out so feebly like that. I'm extremely disappointed, and I wonder if Pochettino should. Apparently, they've offered him another contract. He's mulling it. I hope he doesn't take the job. I hope he moves on back to Europe where he should be, and they find someone else, because if this one didn't work, when you're playing these advantages here and playing at home, well, you ain't going to get that in Spain and Portugal and Morocco in 4 years, and then Saudi hosts after that. This was the U.S.'s chance, blown opportunity, and a lot of people who had started to tune in, I think, just got so turned off after that game Monday night. Very, very bad vibe.
Yeah.
Bruce, I turned on that game Monday night, and as little as I know about it, I mean, just completely ignorant to the whole sport, I turned it on, and you could tell men versus boys quickly. And quickly I thought, this is TCU against Georgia for the national championship.
There you go. It's a good analogy. I didn't thought of that before, but you're pretty much spot on with that. Yeah, it was. You could tell pretty early that Belgium was just bossing that game. They probably could have won by more. They had some other chances that they missed there, and the U.S. goal was fluky there with the deflection off the free kick there. They just didn't show up. They didn't do anything, and a lot of these guys, they got to ask some questions. I mean, Pulisic. Now I know he got hurt in the second half and he had to come off, but social media and all that, that's okay. That's one thing, but if that's your focus here and all the commercials and all that, you got to do it on the field, from the pitch, and they just felt very short. And Belgium had not been playing that well up until that match, and it didn't figure. Belgium played pretty well today too against Spain, but they fell short. But that should not have happened to the U.S. It was just a very bad feel all the way around.
And Bruce, to your credit, so many now, like me, because I got caught up in it, and I really thought could contest the game or have a good game, and maybe win on Monday. You're not doing this after the fact like so many. You had these reservations and you had these questions well in advance, and you never said it. So I'm going to ask you: do you think it was just luck? It was just threading the needle. You said a couple on goals to get as far as they did. Bruce, you may not know this, because I know golf's not your biggest thing at all, but way back in the early '80s, Bing Crosby's son, Nathaniel Crosby, won the U.S. Amateur. It's impossible to fix. It was not. There was no accusations of it whatsoever. But it was one of the luckier things ever. I don't know if he won a 1 o'clock Nassau after he won the U.S. Amateur. Do you think what the United States was doing was just lucky up to Monday night?
Another good analogy there. Not quite Nathaniel Crosby winning the U.S. Amateur. That was completely a little thunderbolt out of the blue.
That was a joke.
Yeah. No. Somewhat. I mean, I just think. I mean, the U.S. Listen, they got some of these guys. A lot of these guys play in Europe now, and they do make their mark over there. But I think it was just a combination of factors there, and the fact, the emotion, the playing at home, off to a quick start, the fact you're playing sides that couldn't play from behind. But I think what you have to do is compartmentalize that, and those were sides, and throw Bosnia-Herzegovina in there too. You could do that. You could look. They could make you look really good, especially the style the U.S. played. But all those sides were down, down the list of it. And Paraguay, listen, normally their whole thing is not for them. They they can't really fall behind because they don't have a refined offense to do it. They can fluster you, but when they get hit with an own goal early, and then they fell behind so quick that wasn't the real Paraguay you saw in that game. So I think it was a little bit of luck in there, but some of it, the U.S. created. I mean, they forced some of those errors too, but a combination of factors that weren't going to be replicated for more than a couple of games, and certainly weren't going to be replicated later in the KO phase.
Well, I mentioned we have two of the semifinal teams already set with Spain and France. We'll get the other two tomorrow. Who is your kind of favorite right now to win the whole thing as we start getting into the semifinal games?
Well, France is the betting favorite. Now, this is the mother of all semifinals coming up against Spain. This probably should be the final. France will be favored. But keep in mind that the last two times they faced Spain has beaten them. Beat them in the Euros 2 years ago, and beat them in the Nations League last year. So they've sort of had France's number, and I think a lot of people think this is the only team that can probably beat France because they keep possession so well. I still don't know that Spain has really come into this tournament hitting on all gears like they were in the Euros 2 years ago. They're playing a little bit different. We did see Nico Williams back on the pitch late today, but their possession game might just keep the ball away from France enough. And these moves that Luis de la Fuente keeps making, great moves, personnel changes and substitutions. Again, Marino comes in and scores the winning goal today, as he did against Portugal, off the bench from Arsenal. Very, very versatile guy. He's been battling injuries much of the year, but that's why they're only using him in spots. But they've got these guys who can come in off the bench. I think Spain's got a shot against France, and that might be the only team that can slow France down. We'll see.
Yeah, Bruce, a friend of mine wanted me to ask you this, and this is where I'm going to be very trusting because I know this friend wouldn't set me up. He could have sent in a name that's not even legit, and I would have asked it. But I think this is legit. He said, "Ask Bruce if he thinks." Help me with the pronunciation. Lamine Yamal. Is that close?
Yeah, very close.
Is that the Spain goalie?
Yeah, he's a striker.
He's a winger. Yeah,
winger.
Yeah,
really good. He's
ask him if he holds on to it a little too long in the box.
Well, Lamine Yamal, that's sort of what he wants to be on the ball. It might look like that sometimes, but he's the most creative element they have, and that's why they have him out there in the wing. I think he needs to be running though more. He can do ball tricks, and he's very clever. More effective when he's running, which is what they did a lot 2 years ago, and with Williams on the other side balancing things out in the Euros, they were very devastating. But it's a good question. I mean, Yamal, he missed like 2 months before the World Cup. He had that hamstring, so I still don't know that he's playing at 100%. And Williams definitely hasn't been, because he had the whole year he was hurt at Athletic Bilbao, but he did come in today late, and Williams actually helped do some things. So they're both coming around. The bottom line, they want Yamal to have the ball like that to let him do some things, but he's very much a marked man by the opposition here. So to Spain's credit, they found some different ways to go through, and Marino has been like the guy coming off the bench.
Bruce, next week you are going to spend the week in Charlotte at ACC Media Days, then to Florida to see grandchildren, and then to Tampa to be with us as part of our coverage from SEC Media Days. Boy, you planned it out well.
This one worked out pretty good. I mean, last year I did them both too. I went to D.C. in the middle last year because we went where were we? We were in Atlanta last year, right? Yeah, and then up to D.C. then Charlotte. Last year, I loved it. The ACC is actually my favorite one. It's not quite as over big now. The SEC has gotten so big, and it's still good. They still run it pretty well. But the ACC is my favorite media day. The way they run it in Charlotte there, and you really get a chance to talk to players and coaches. It's not quite so crowded. Like the SEC has really turned into a huge event, and they're planning this thing on Monday night in Tampa. Sounds like like a big block party or something for for a media day, which is different.
So somebody's got to tell me all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw the itinerary the schedule they sent out. It's like, what's this thing on Monday night? But no, ACC is really my favorite media day, I think.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a lot of fun for you over these next couple of weeks. Do you have any takeaways from what we saw at Big 12 Media Days earlier this week?
Not too much. I didn't pay too much attention. I know Dion was up there, and they were talking about his health mostly. I haven't been to a Big 12 in a few years. They did have this up at the Cowboys place, I think, in Frisco, where I went once, which is really an interesting place to have it. Brett Yormark, he didn't want to talk about the Sorsby thing, and it's funny. The guys in Baton Rouge this morning were saying, "Well, it's media day. I mean, what do you expect to be asked about that?" He said, "We're not going to talk about Sorsby." He's come up with some new promotional things and and revenue streams for the Big 12. He's not, and Jim Phillips too in the ACC. Though I think Yormark's a lot more creative than Phillips because he's come from private sector and he's not out of academia. I like Yormark a lot because he thinks outside the box and he's trying. But it is, I'll tell you, in this environment, he and Phillips have some really tough jobs to sort of keep the Big 12 and ACC relevant. And I'm always interested to hear what Yormark's ideas are because they do think outside. He does think outside the box a bit more. But I didn't check. Most of the teams not sure. I do want to mention one Big 12 team before I forget. This year, I didn't see Eric Morris get up there and talk at Oklahoma State. I think this is one of the most interesting experiments this year because he has brought up like most of the team from North Texas. In fact, I don't know that there's anybody back from Oklahoma State last year, like maybe zero. I mean, this is a complete roster overhaul, like an expansion team. And Chesney, UCLA, he's brought some James Madison guys, but not like Morris has at Oak State. And Mestamaker as quarterback, that was the record breaker. I mean, so in this case, this year, throw out everything last year or the year before Oklahoma State. It's a brand new everything. And you've rarely seen to this degree a college team go out and completely clean house. I mean, we've seen this the last couple of years with the portal and what you can do bringing in a new team. And Dion sort of set the template for that a few years ago at Colorado. But this is the extreme, what Morris has done. And I'm very interested to see what Oklahoma State looks like this year.
Dion got it started, but Kurt Cignetti really perfected it, Bruce, if 2 years ago at this time. And Kurt Cignetti, that's when he came out throwing just haymakers at Big Ten Media Day. And I thought, what in the world is this guy? Well, he was really writing a lot of checks with his mouth. Well, he's cashed every one of them. He took over 3-9. They go to the college football playoff, and then this last year, the second year he's there, they go 16-0 and have the Heisman Trophy winner, and they win it all. You just named two places, Oklahoma State and UCLA. They're trying the Cignetti way, aren't they?
They are, and UCLA really is with Chesney because he comes from James Madison, which is where Cignetti was from. So they're trying the same thing. But what Oak State has done with Morris is just let him come in there and do what he thinks. And Cignetti cleaned house a lot too, but I don't think anybody's cleaned house to the degree that Morris has at Oklahoma State. Very, very interested to see how this works. And there's a lot of North Texas up there too from last year. North Texas is pretty good, and that quarterback was a record breaker down there. Mm-hmm. And there's an interesting story about Mestamaker too. I don't think he even started as a high school quarterback. So this will be one of the interesting stories. And last year, had North Texas been in a major conference last year, that would have been a bigger story. The whole Mestamaker thing, how he has emerged. But now I think they'll be a little bit more front and center this year.
On everything Indiana this year, I've called it. I'm just betting on gravity. They've got to come down. If they continue this, then man, I'll crown him. I mean, he might be the best coach ever, pound for pound, in 3 years.
Well, maybe. I mean, they'll probably be good again. I mean, I thought nobody was expecting they'd be that good last year. We thought they'd be good again because they had emerged. They became a playoff team out of nowhere 2 years ago. but they really took it to the next step. I mean, we didn't know Mendoza was going to be this good. I thought he might be really good because I liked what I saw of him at Cal. But now they brought in Josh Hoover this year, right, up from TCU. So we'll see how that works. But it's obvious Cignetti knows what he's doing. And they've also, they know how to work the nil there. They know how to work the portal. I mean, he's showing smarts means something. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see if he does
Mark
it again this year. I wouldn't bet against him.
He has Mark Cuban running his NIL, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's involved, sure. Or either that or Cuban's trying to take credit for it after it's happened, which wouldn't be the first time.
That's Mark Cuban.
Yes, apparently he's involved too.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's going to be really interesting to see what they do this season. Talking to Bruce Marshall, he joins us every single week, talk some wagering, talk a little bit of everything from the Gold Sheet over in Major League Baseball, the final weekend until All-Star break. Some really interesting series getting started here in just a little bit. What do you like tonight in Major League Baseball?
Well, there's a couple that jump out tonight. I think the story of the past 2 weeks really has been the revival of the Red Sox. I mean, all of a sudden, they got 7 in a row. What is it now, 11 out of 13? They are back in the AL wildcard race. And tonight, I'm a little bit perplexed. They're getting a plus price against the Mets in New York. Sonny Gray has pitched, lights out. He has been absolutely spectacular. He's 10-1. It seems like the marketplace gets all excited about the Mets when they win a couple of games. But the games they've lost here in the last week, they've allowed like 16 and 14 and 9. Now they've won the other games, but it's hardly a foolproof thing with the Mets. So I think the Red Sox are very interesting here. Now all of a sudden there they are. They made a managerial change earlier in the year, and here they go into the All-Star break. They got a 7-game win streak right now, so we'll see how this works tonight with the Mets. Let's also look. The A's are also really falling apart right now. And they're facing the White Sox, who were just off getting swept by the Red Sox. That's an important series. One I would look at too: Seattle at Tampa Bay. Boy, the American League West, nobody's really right when Seattle looks like they're ready to take charge. They go out and get swept down at Miami. There's another one. Miami has been on a real roll in the National League. Into Tampa Bay tonight. Nick Martinez has been pretty good value. This is a pretty short price, 120 or so. That's all Tampa Bay is favored. They've got the best home record in the league. I think that's a good one tonight. I mentioned Miami. This is an incredible run. What is it, 33-8? They're closing in on the leaders in the NL East. They're in a wild card spot right now. They get Cleveland coming in tonight. Alcantara on the mound. Not a bad price on Miami. They just swept out the Mariners. Why not just keep going with these guys?
Yeah, they are really, really, really hot. Bryant said it earlier. They're one of the teams that they don't want to get to the All-Star break. Everybody else is kind of just lumbering to break. They don't. Bruce, next week at ACC, I need you to do intel for me on Louisville and Lincoln Kienholz, that quarterback, their transfer from Ohio State. So they have a quarterback from Ohio State, a coach that turned down Michigan. They beat Miami. They beat James Madison last year. They slaughtered Kentucky. Ole Miss barely could put away Kentucky. They lost to Miami. I tell all my Ole Miss friends, LSU game's going to get here. Better worry about Louisville opening night. And for both LSU and Ole Miss, you better start trying to put a little energy into the week after that game. Ole Miss goes to the Swamp, and LSU hosts Texas A&M.
Yes, all very interesting, and Jeff Brom is, they sort of had some trouble late in the season there, but they do like Kleinholz. They've got enough starters coming back here. Like a lot of teams don't have hardly any, but he's got some back. They had some trouble at the end of last season, Louisville, but that's the first Sunday, and I'm. We're in Nashville, right? That's a Sunday. That's correct. Game. So in September 6th. So heck, maybe I'll come to that. We'll see. But no, maybe I will. That is interesting. So I will. And I talked to Brom last year, and it was. It's funny. I remember talking to him about Tyler Schuff, who was his quarterback the year before, and he predicted to me. He said if he stays healthy and he gets a chance, he will deliver for the Saints. And he predicted last year. He thought Schuff would play before the season ended, and sure enough he did, and he looked pretty good down the stretch. So I think Brom knows what he's talking about. I will listen to what he says.
Yeah, that should be a really fun game to start the season. Getting back to the World Cup, the final two quarterfinal games tomorrow, Norway, England, and then Argentina, Switzerland. Anything you like in those two games?
Yeah, I wish Johan Manzambi would be playing for Switzerland. He's hurt his knee. He's the breakout star of the World Cup, one of the breakout stars. Really gave Switzerland something different. He could run at players. It just opened up the whole different sort of attacking threat. But he's out, and they've announced him out tomorrow. So it's sort of back to what they did. Now, before Manzambi, they weren't bad. They got to the Euro quarters 2 years ago, and they lost some penalty kicks there to England. But it's a little bit more of a methodical side, and we saw that against Colombia, and that kind of a drab game went into penalty kicks, and they won. I think Argentina, Messi or not, is vulnerable. They are struggling with lesser sides. They are catching a lot of breaks here with the calls. I don't suggest anything nefarious going on, but they are just getting the benefit of the doubt. And they are teetering on the brink here. But that's sort of the way they were 4 years ago, too. I was wondering, this team doesn't look all that great, and there they are in the final, and they win the whole thing. But I think Switzerland's got a shot because they have a great goalie in Gregor Kobel from Borussia Dortmund. And best goalie in the Bundesliga. We saw him in the penalty shootout the other night against Colombia. I think actually Switzerland's got a shot in this match. I'm not buying all this, Argentina 3-1, 4-1 stuff you're hearing in the media. It's going to be a tough match. The other one is more of a feature match. Harry Kane against Erling Haaland. Haaland, I think, has maybe been the player of the World Cup. It's him or Messi, and Mbappe right behind. But he's been something else. But it's assuming Kane and Haaland kind of cancel each other out, and that sounds a little simplistic, but taking it a step further, I think there are some more other weapons that England can use to survive this one. And survive, by the way, that Sunday night game against Mexico, this isn't just recency bias. That was one of the greatest games I ever saw in my life. With the conditions there, with the crowd, with the altitude, what was on the line. Mexico had only lost 2 games at the Azteca in its history. England down to 10 men for the last half hour, substituting on defenders for attackers, grimly holding on. That was the most dramatic soccer match I have ever seen. Wow. And I think they are really glad they had almost a week off after that game. There is no way they could have played another game 2 or 3 days later after that one.
Yeah, no, that was an incredible game. And what you said about Haaland, he certainly has been the most popular player from the World Cup. Folks are a lot of people who didn't know him are falling in love with him after watching him throughout this World Cup. But Bruce, before we let you go, where can we find more of you?
Yeah, check me out online up there at wagertalk.com under that umbrella. We'll put goldsheet.com. We'll have some stuff there later towards the football season. But my picks are all up there. We're having a pretty great run in baseball, pretty good in World Cup. Wagertalk.com, that's where you can also find picks and parlays, and winnersandwhiners.com.
Well, Bruce, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the media days next week, and we'll talk to you again on Friday.
Okay, thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. Bruce Marshall with us every week from the Goal Sheet. And Bruce really is the world's most interesting man. He should be on those ads, shouldn't he?
He absolutely should be. It is incredible.
It's almost like, to some of the various soccer experts, I was going to a Sevilla-Valencia game in La Liga when you were playing T-ball out in Collierville.
That's right. I mean, it is from the vast soccer knowledge that he has to the random Fridays we'll call him. We'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm in X country visiting the grandkids. Like, it's just insane. It is always fun to get. It feels like every week we get something interesting from Bruce.
And he does not drink Dos Equis.
No. Well, I don't blame him for that. But no, he's gonna have a really fun next couple of weeks. I'm glad that everything kind of played out the way it did, where he's gonna get to go see a couple media days, go see some grandchildren, and should be a really fun rest of the month.
So 2 or 3 years ago, we're at Media Days, and Neil McCready does such a great job covering Ole Miss. He's a big soccer fan, and his son, who's now I think like a sophomore in college, big soccer fan. When I got Bruce and Neil together at SEC Media Days, I introduced him. I just said, y'all are on your own.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm out.
Just a soccer explosion.
It was.
That is awesome. So, no, I'm excited to see these two games tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. Then we'll have the semifinals set for the World Cup. But let's go ahead and get to another break. And when we return, we're closer and closer to All-Star break. But for all these teams, one more series this weekend. We'll talk some Major League Baseball next on Sports Time.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Nothing symbolizes your love like a natural diamond, and nothing compares to the real diamonds you'll find at Sissy's Log Cabin. Here, you'll only find brilliant natural diamonds that have been here long before your I do, and that will become more treasured with time, just like your love. Explore our expansive selection and enjoy unmatched quality and service at your nearest Sissy's Log Cabin or at sissyslogcabin.com. Find a real natural diamond worthy of your story only at Sissy's.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Five-Ash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Your home is your best investment, so why not make it the best it can be with help from Gates Lumber? Start with your front door, serving two purposes, curb appeal and security. Gates has solid construction doors built for security, durability, and beauty. See and compare wood, steel, and fiberglass options side by side at Gates Showroom. It's easier to choose when you can see and touch real doors with real assistance from knowledgeable staff helping you choose the right door for your home and budget. So don't just replace your door, upgrade your protection, and Gates Lumber is the right choice. Family owned and operated, serving you for over 100 years with free estimates, free delivery, competitive prices, and quality products. Call 901-942-3201, go to gateslumber.com, or come by their showroom, 1253 South Bellevue Boulevard. Gates Lumber, celebrating over 100 years with a passion for craftsmanship since 1920.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Good afternoon. Is that
Sports 56 traffic.
Traffic picks up quite a bit now. You pretty much would expect trying to sneak through Midtown on 240 South here in South Parkway. It's busy, but it's moving over here on 240 East passing Mill Branch. As you get on to 385 Bill Morris Parkway, expect that to get a little bit heavier here in the next few minutes on 385 going outbound. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. Having transmission problems of any kind, if your light comes on, just let them check it out at Amco Transmissions, 2 locations to help you here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back in Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. We gotta talk some Major League Baseball as we're super close to the All-Star break. All these teams, one more series this weekend, and then we'll get the break. We'll have Home Run Derby on Monday, the All-Star game on Tuesday, the draft getting started tomorrow. So a lot coming up when it revolving around All-Star break. But today, the big news from the St. Louis Cardinals, J.J. Weatherholt. We had that run like right before the season started, right when the season was starting, when a lot of these young guys were getting the big-time contracts and extensions. I thought that this had already happened. I thought he already had his big deal, but they made it official today. J.J. Weatherholt, a big extension for him. He will be with the Grizzlies. He'll be with the Cardinals for the long term, and I think a really, really smart move by St. Louis to lock him down.
Centerpiece of the rebuild. So much for kind of my way of thinking. Of somebody called and inquired about him. They're not going to do it. It was team control, and they got him really for a economical price. Yeah. If he plays above that, they've got to steal, and we'll probably have to redo a deal somewhere along the way if he really delivers. Who's next for the Cardinals? Who's the next big piece that if they could, they would wrap up, have under very friendly team control?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at a lot of the guys that are up right now, and, I think when we have been talking about that, who could be available, who could they deal, kind of for me, it kind of felt like, I think you answer the phone on just about everybody except J.J. Weatherholt with how young he is and the idea of a deal like this, 8 years, $112.5 million. The idea to be able to lock him down and keep him around for the long term, because baseball, and it always kind of makes me laugh when we kind of talk about the future for different teams, and you look at the NBA or the NFL when you're mainly talking about 4, 5, 6 year deals, and then you've got these just insane deals in Major League Baseball. We're talking 8, 9, 10, 11 year deals, and so it's so different where, yeah, we might not be talking about this year, next year, the next year, but hey, in 4 or 5 years, it would be really nice to have J.J. Weatherholt out there as kind of your centerpiece. So I thought it was really smart for them to wrap him up. But behind him, I don't really know who's next up for a big deal like this.
You didn't jump at the answer being Jordan Walker.
No, I think Jordan Walker could very well, if the call's right. I mean, I think you got to be open to dealing him and maybe try to move on from him. He's been great. He's been really fun to watch. He'll be in the Home Run Derby next week.
Leads baseball in RBI.
Yeah, I mean he's been fantastic, and you got to give him a ton of credit. If you had told me last year that Jordan Walker would be an all-star and playing.
See, I was really patient about it though.
Oh yeah, no, you're Mr. Patient over there. That's right. You're very patient about Jordan Walker. No, I would have never believed it. I think a lot.
Remember, I questioned how he couldn't run.
Yeah, it was a lot of questions. His fielding in the outfield was a constant question. The bat was a question a lot of time. I mean, it's been really impressive, the improvements that he's made, and so. I don't know when it becomes time of, okay, yeah, we like what we have, let's lock him up and get an extension done. Or if it is, okay, maybe you can move him. That's why I'm not in the front office.
We don't think it's real, do we?
It's just that it's been such a struggle for so long, and then now it's popped. Now, we were talking about it before the season started. He's still extremely young, so this could be it. Maybe he has figured it out, and this is the type of baseball that he's going to be playing over the next however many years he's in the league. But
just turned 24.
Yeah, no, I mean super, super young, and so I mean, I hope it's a lot of success from him. I wouldn't be mad if the Cardinals did lock him up. But yeah, I think I still need to see some more from him.
294, 22 home runs, 73 runs driven in. 12 stolen bases, and a more than adequate right field.
Yeah, no, he's been, like I said, he's been great. And the improvements, especially fielding. I mean, there was a time where I thought it was ridiculous to have him in the outfield. It was very slow. The reads were atrocious.
Even you asked where are we going to play.
Yeah, I mean it was really bad.
Third, first, left, no
yeah,
way, right. Doesn't look like it.
But hey, he's done a great job in the outfield and has really improved over the last couple of years. So yeah, give him a lot of credit. Speaking of guys that it hasn't worked out, questions about him. I didn't mention this earlier in the week. I was at the Redbirds game on Sunday. It is embarrassing, the baseball that Nolan Gorman is playing right now. Even in Memphis, it is embarrassing. I mean, it is. He's not even going up there and battling. He doesn't even want to be up there. He didn't play the first week he was sent down to Memphis. I mean, I'll be really surprised if he's still around by the end of the season. I would be too. I think they got to do something because it's It was embarrassing to watch.
That's another Mo miss.
Yeah. No, I mean it was really bad, and so I was shocked. I mean,
John Mozeliak now temporarily running the Angels.
How about that? So
the Angels really hadn't scratched in about 25 years.
No. So I guess it's a at that point when kind of everything else has failed. I mean, how bad of an idea is it, I mean, you're just kind of throwing darts at that point. But good luck to him, I guess.
Chris Sale enters tonight's game against the Cardinals at Busch Stadium looking to do what only John Smoltz has ever done for the Braves, and that's beat every team in the league.
Wow, okay.
He's never defeated the Cardinals.
Interesting. I did not know that. That is, it'll be something to watch tonight. I think this will be
and he hadn't beaten the Braves, and John Smoltz never beat the Braves either.
Yeah, so no, that'll definitely be something fun to watch tonight, and what should be a fun series to wrap up this kind of first half of the season for both these teams. You've mentioned it. This Braves team, they'd like a little time off. They've played some really nice baseball throughout the year, but maybe trying to get some guys healthy, get them back in the rotation, in the lineup. But no, I think this will be a really fun series over the next 3 days.
Braves 4 up in the East in the loss column over Philadelphia and Miami. Miami can't stay this hot, can they?
I mean, it's we've talked about them a lot over this last month. It's been really
impressive. They do crown Clayton McCullough, that's your skipper for your Florida Marlins, or Miami Marlins.
Yeah, I mean it's been impressive to watch, and they're we've talked about it with a couple teams in Major League Baseball where it's not the team, it's not the roster that you would look at and would go, this is a team that's going to have a lot of success, but they're finding ways to win. They're doing it in a lot of different ways, and really what they did over the week earlier this week against the Mariners. I mean, 6-5, 2-0, 8-4, 3 straight wins, and that's coming off a sweep over the Athletics. So it's 6 straight for the Marlins right now, and we'll see if they can continue winning this weekend against the Guardians. I mean, that's a team with all the teams that want to get to All-Star break. Marlins are going, this break is happening at the worst possible time, and then when they come out of the break, they've got to play the Brewers. So not easy coming out of it. But a really, really nice job by them last month into this month. And, we'll see if they can continue over these next 3 games.
And we are simply at the All-Star break. Mm-hmm. It is not the first half. Mm-hmm. It is not the halfway point. In fact, on Sunday night, we'll have a lot of teams really close to 100 games played.
Yeah, no, it goes by fast, and kind of hard to believe that we're to this part of the season. And, it'll be cool to have the All-Star game. I know a lot of people are, some still really love it. Some people are just completely out on it. But it'll be nice to watch it on Tuesday. Home Run Derby, I'll at least peek in, and then we'll all be itching for baseball to return on Wednesday and Thursday.
Because it's all streaming
it's on Netflix.
Home Run Derby.
Yeah, on Netflix. And I heard someone, I never went to look.
Well, I could, but I'm not going to.
Right. I heard somebody say maybe it was Greg this morning, that Michael Irvin is going to be a part of the broadcast on Netflix for the Home Run Derby.
What?
I have no idea. But I heard him say that, and I was like, I'm going to go look that up. And
man, he was everywhere on that U-run in football, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he definitely was. So the Sun, this is from the Sun. Michael Irvin set to broadcast return after NFL careers in completely different sport on Netflix. Yeah.
What was the focus group clamoring for that?
I don't know. Irvin reveals he will be part of Major League Baseball's Home Run Derby coverage for Netflix. He told On3 he'll be at Citizen Bank Park on July 13th to interview the league's sluggers. So he'll kind of have that duty.
Michael Irvin in Philadelphia, where they once had the game that they wanted. What did they call it? The medevac game, or to be hauled off on a stretcher. What did the Eagle fans call that game?
I don't remember.
You've heard of it, though,
I
haven't
have,
you?
but I don't know it off the top of my head. That was well before my time.
Stretcher game. What did they call it? But it was that contentious with Eagles and Cowboys, and they hated him.
It's always been contentious. So yeah, it's kind of weird to see.
He's got a show in an '88 jersey, doesn't he?
I hope so. I mean, I hope he shows up in all of his Cowboys gear.
One of my favorite things he did, it was not a great day, but in 86 or 87, Arkansas was playing Miami in Little Rock. Jimmy Johnson, coach of the U. Jimmy Johnson still, just really feeling it, not getting the Arkansas job, being passed over by Coach Broyles for him hiring Ken Hatfield, and he came in with a loaded team. It was 38-0 at halftime.
Oh my gosh!
And late in the game, the TV catches Michael Irvin on the sideline, and he has a tray in his hand and one of the hog hats on the tray, and like a waiter's towel over his arm, like he was serving a breakfast pack.
Oh man, that's good. That's really good. So yeah, I mean, I hope he has fun with it and kind of brings a Cowboys Eagles element to it. But it's kind of weird. I don't know. I wonder if I can find
Senator Tommy Tuberville that day told me pregame as linebackers coach for the U. He said we beat them 40. And I think the final was 58-7.
Wow, that is crazy. But hey, I guess when that happens, you can have a lot of fun with it when you win that big. According to Google, the Netflix broadcast team for the Home Run Derby will be Matt Vasgersian, Lauren Shahadi, Hunter Pence, Anthony Rizzo, Michael Irvin, L. Duncan, Barry Bonds, and Albert Pujols in different roles. So
double Lee Corso Yo.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's a group right there. So
it is.
According to this, and this is their AI.
You're getting paid
overview,
by the word.
so,
You could end up broke.
Yeah, you really could. So yeah, I mean, take it with a grain of salt because this is the Google AI overview that it gave me. But Matt Vasgersian and Lauren Shahadi, the play-by-play,
they're great.
They are great. Hunter Pence and Anthony Rizzo will join Vasgersian in the booth to provide analysis. Michael Irvin serves as a roaming contributor, conducting player interviews and capturing the atmosphere. He'll be great at that, I'm sure. And then
you send him into the stands at Philly. Yeah. I don't think they will have forgotten.
No, I don't think so. And then I guess this says lounge set. I guess there's a lounge style set that is more casual that L. Duncan will be anchoring, and Albert Pujols and Barry Bonds will provide expert commentary and reactions alongside Duncan. So
this could be really great.
It could be really bad.
Or really bad.
Yeah, I'll tune in just kind of.
You got it covered for us?
I can't promise that I will watch the whole thing, but I'll at least tune in to see kind of what it's like. But that's all I can promise. But we're getting kind of the full list. I think maybe one or two more spots still open in the Home Run Derby, but so far Junior Caminero, Ben Rice, Jack Caglione, Wilson Contreras, Jordan Walker, Bryce Harper, and Kyle Schwarber, the names that will be participating in the Home Run Derby. Again, that will be taking place on Monday on Netflix. And tomorrow we will have the start of the Major League Baseball draft, which will be fun. I know a couple of local prospects.
Cardinals with a lot of picks in the first 70s or so picks.
That's right. And a lot of there are a couple local products that could hear their names called tomorrow in those first couple of rounds. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch. But let's go ahead and get to another break. And when we return, it'll be time for Big Number of the Day.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey y'all, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. With over 175,000 cars served in our drive-thru, 4,000 online pickup orders, and 1,500 party packs delivered to offices and events every year, Corky's is your trusted go-to barbecue for parties. Our party packs start at just $6.99 per person. You can choose 1, 2, or 3 meat combos, pick your favorite sides, and as you know, Corky's always gives you plenty of food so you never worry about running out. Whether it's pickup or delivery, we've got you covered. Corky's makes it easy to impress your guests. Visit Corky'sBBQ.com to order for your next gathering today.
Encore flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Huey's has been serving the Memphis community since 1970. In this local, family-owned restaurant, you'll find a casual setting and laid-back atmosphere, where entertainment includes writing on graffiti walls and listening to live music every Sunday. Huey's has been voted best burger in Memphis every year since 1984, and most kid-friendly for more than 30 years. With 10 locations across Memphis and North Mississippi, there's sure to be a Huey's close by. Huey's Restaurants, blues, brews, and burgers for over 55 years.
Napa Cafe celebrates 28 years in 2026.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet peculiar peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finished with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes. Or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at NapaCafe.com. We can't wait to serve you.
Come join in and celebrate 28 years of Napa Cafe in 2026.
In the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up. Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats, stopping the crime before it starts. Don't miss out on this exclusive 4th of July deal just for my listeners. You can get a massive 70% off your new system at simplysafe.com/Colin. 70% off your home security at simplysafe.com/Colin. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brand. It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
You're a big guy. I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
Well, Brett, I have done a complete change on my big number of the day today after some news that just came out. My big number now is 356. 356. That is how many regular season games Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo played with each other in their time with the Miami Heat. And according to Shams Charania, Chris Haynes, a lot of people reporting it, Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero got into a physical altercation earlier today in Las Vegas where Adebayo struck Hero. Sources tell ESPN that coming from Shams Charania. According to Shams in a later tweet, Bam was not happy with some comments that Tyler Hero made about him and about, I guess, the way he plays. I didn't see those comments, so I don't know exactly what those comments were. So he approached him at one of the practice courts in a Vegas hotel. I guess there were words said, and then Adebayo I guess punched him. Now, I don't know where he punched him because Tyler Hero was on ESPN or Prime. I don't know. I think it was Prime earlier. He looked fine. He didn't look like he'd been punched in the face or anything. So I don't know what happened. I need video of this. I mean, there are cameras everywhere in Vegas, don't they? I need film.
Will Tyler Hero someday say it never happened?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, honestly, I'm sure if you went and
he
asked
doesn't
him right
count
now,
Bill Russell's or Wilt Chamberlain's 100.
That's true. He probably would tell you right now it didn't happen. Oh, that didn't happen. I didn't get punched.
He probably mentioned something about Asia.
Probably. That's probably exactly what happened. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, you're probably
It had
right.
to be over a woman.
Yeah, well, they'll do it.
Because Tyler Hero and ain't just challenging no Bam Adebayo.
No.
I wonder if
no
I can,
way, Jared. You're
I'll
right.
have to look and
he
see.
would kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I just...
Tyler Hero's he's not beating up anybody.
No, well, no, certainly
Has he
not.
really done anything since the bubble?
No, not really. Not really.
He was one of the kings of the bubble, though.
Yeah, no, he had a really good bubble.
Just streaky shooting and very inconsistent health.
Very, very.
That is a great description and very kind.
Yes, very kind. Let's see. Here's the quote from the rant from Tyler Hero about Bam Adebayo. If I'm healthy, they can't see me. Word to my mother, if I'm healthy, I'm the one who needs help. Who did Cleveland prioritize taking away in the playoffs? Who did Boston prioritize taking away when Jimmy got hurt and he was the 8 seed? When I'm healthy, I need help, not the other guy. Word to my kids, come on now, let's call a spade a spade. So I guess saying
it's a lot of words.
That he was more important to
get over yourself.
To Miami, and that
you're going to Milwaukee and nobody's going to remember you.
Yeah,
and that's his hometown.
Yeah, that is going home. So interesting.
He got out of there for college, though.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. Interesting. So I guess they had some words earlier.
My big number is 8. 8 different ACC football champions in the 21st century. We're now in a 17-team ACC. Here are the different champions: Louisville, I'm sorry, Florida State, Maryland, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Pitt, and I'll give you $1 if you can tell me last year's champ, Brian.
In the ACC, the champ last year was Duke.
Very good. Ding, ding, ding. I owe you $1.
Duke
I'll pay
versus Virginia. I want to say it went to overtime, maybe.
They did?
Yeah, it was a crazy game. That game was what sent both James Madison and Tulane to the playoffs.
Very good. Very good. And Virginia could easily make it 9 this year. Louisville could win it this year. NC State could win it this year.
Yeah.
But the overwhelming pick is a team that has never won the ACC championship. The U.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's crazy. That is wild. But yeah, no, they're certainly the overwhelming favorite in the ACC this year.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun to hear from them next week, as they were very, very close last year to winning the national championship. But you're right, not even a part of the conference championship game. So they'll definitely be going for that this year. Well, before we get to a break here, you might have heard the news, and it is true. East Memphis Ace Hardware is closing, but just like always, they're taking care of you with a big going out of business sale. Everything in the store is 30% off. Everything, including the Big Green Egg and all Weber Grill. Some things have additional savings, like Amy Howard paint at 75% off. So come in and save like it's goodbye, because it is. Save at least 30% on everything in the store. East Memphis Ace Hardware, corner of White Station and Quince, going out of business sale. Let's go ahead and get to another break, wrap up the second hour, and when we return, we'll get to some high hard ones.
I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant, objective feedback with hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 Cordova, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-size courts, 3 high school-size courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes, you can become a member at both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are welcome at Shoot 360 Memphis to learn proper shooting and passing techniques, improve fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge while having fun. Shoot 360 Memphis, now in Cordova and Collierville. Call them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders Roofing and Restoration. We've seen days, even what seems like weeks of soaking rain, damaging hail, and even flooding. So today, do one simple thing. Look up. If you see a water stain, bubbling paint, or discoloration on your ceiling, don't ignore it. What starts as a small roof leak can quickly become mold, turning a minor problem into a major expense. At Metro Builders Memphis, our professionals will inspect your roof, assess any storm damage, help mitigate further damage. We'll measure your roof from outer space and guide you through the repair or replacement process with an estimate on site with multiple options at that. Don't let them tell you your roof needs to be replaced when all it may need is some love. We'll give you an honest assessment so you can make the right decision for your home and family. At Metro Builders Memphis, call me, 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717, or simply book your appointment online at metrobuildersmemphis.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Visit aquablation.com. Aquablation.com. That's aquablation.com. Visit aquablation.com. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, urinary symptoms, mild pain, infection, or less frequently, urethral or rectal injury, or ejaculatory dysfunction. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Cranking it pretty good now, trying to get out of Midtown on 240, especially southbound as you come past Union, all the way down to North as that volume of traffic increases over here as you come off 240 on the Bill Morris Parkway going outbound. That's only going to get busier headed out towards Collierville. Hey, bridal season is here. Shop local. You'll be glad you did because you'll save money at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with John Harden, weekdays from 11 to 1. Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Into Sports Time, Bryant and Brett with you as we start our third and final hour on this Friday afternoon. We've got to get to some high, hard ones. It's been a couple months since we have last done high, hard ones, but couple of reasons. We just haven't done them in a while. Also, today's Landon's last day, so we thought we would do a round of high hard ones with him saying
And he finally
goodbye.
becomes a Cardinal fan on the last day we have him.
I'm glad you're buying into that. I think that's all a shtick, and he is
a genuine Cardinals fan over here.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. I think
Love
it's all
Albert.
a fraud. And
Name one member of the Gas House gang.
Nope, can't.
If you had said Leo DeRocher, I'd have fainted.
Well, that would have been
Leo DeRocher.
There you go. Oh, here we go. We're fainting. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to some high hard ones. All right, Brett, you want to start us off?
Well, actually, I think when it comes to doing high hard ones, I'll get us kicked off.
All right.
Off the top rope, taking over the
Off the
segment.
top rope, mine as well. Let's go
With
ahead.
the walk-off.
Let's go ahead and get these things started. I mean, I'm in the Cardinals jersey. Got to get a walk-off, you know. I'll get things started off with an NFL question, and that is, which second-year quarterback heading into the 2026 season is under the most pressure?
That is tough.
That's a good one.
Second year.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Tyler Shuck would qualify, wouldn't he?
Tyler Shuck would absolutely
He would.
qualify. I don't know
Would.
how
No
much
pressure,
pressure,
though.
he's under.
I don't think there's a lot there.
That's a really good question because I don't really know how much pressure.
Jackson Dart?
I was thinking Jackson Dart.
But pressure?
Maybe pressure to be better. You know, make a jump.
Learn how
as
to
a
hook
team.
slide?
Well, that's
Maybe.
certainly a lot
It
of
wouldn't
pressure
hurt.
on him to
Yeah.
do that. I mean, it's certainly not Cam Ward. But I mean, I guess you could say maybe the same thing of pressure to see improvement.
Can we say none of them because they still have a long runway? Or do we need to be more definitive because that's the whole essence of high hard ones?
I'll say you do, and I'll say it's Tyler Shuck. I think Tyler Shuck is going to
New
be under a
Orleans?
lot of pressure. If he doesn't show it this year, they're going to go and draft another quarterback. This draft class,
Absolutely
they're going to
will.
be playing quarterback. No, Tennessee's not drafting over Cam Ward. New
Right.
York's not drafting over.
I'm not kidding you.
Jackson
The greatest answer ever.
I mean, Tyler Shuck. If you look like a
And-
schmuck out there, we're drafting over you.
And why? Think of lay it all out. Think about who could be in that draft next spring.
Look, I mean,
From Isadora Newman in New Orleans, Louisiana.
that's right, Mr. Arch Manning.
Arch Manning.
Yes, I mean,
Bryant, the greatest answer,
thank
the
you.
greatest take of
Thank you.
2026.
Thank you. I mean, it's a big year for Tyler Shuck. Maybe the biggest.
He's got a lot of pressure on him.
He does. He's got to prove
Because
it.
and believe it or not, in New Orleans, and I'm out with friends the night before Joe Burrow came to town to Oxford that year and put on a show.
Yeah.
You know, that and other games down the stretch, sealing the Heisman. And both of these young ladies, friends, are huge LSU fans. And might have been a little overserved and in Oxford.
Sure.
And one of them was making the case, I think, preposterous. And I told her, I said, remember where you are and quieten down. She was making the case the Mannings have never done anything since Archie playing for the Saints, and his career was not great.
Yeah.
But her case is they've never done anything for the city of New Orleans. Well, me and another male friend of mine were saying, you're nuts.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
But she made the case. Peyton left. Eli left.
Sure.
Cooper didn't go to Tulane or LSU, and not going. And this, she was saying then, he's not going to let Arch go to LSU,
Yeah.
and she was right.
Sure. I mean, I guess I
So
understand
finally,
that perspective.
since Archie,
That's right.
I don't know if Archie put that on a grandson to go through what he went through with the Saints.
That would be hard. That would be really, really hard. But man, you
What
let
a
it
great
be,
question, and your answer was so good, Brian.
Yeah, you let a strong start for Texas and for Arch. You let a bad start for Shuck and for New Orleans, and there might
It
be
feels.
a lot of Arch Manning chance down in New Orleans.
Would they break out number 8 in retirement for him?
Well, that's the question. I don't know. You got to make the call
Maybe.
to old granddad and see if he
Yeah.
allows it. So, I don't know. That was a good question, Landon.
You know, earlier in the week I told you the worst answer I'm hearing any time now out there in any broadcasting is I have no words.
I have no words. That's right.
I'm almost speechless at that great answer.
Thank you.
But I can't be speechless. We got 52 minutes left.
We got a lot of time left in today's show.
All right, who's up next? I'm blown away.
Why don't you go next so you can have some words, and we'll kind of go in that order.
Here's my words in question form. After Zach Edey's health, we all agree that's the big one for the Grizzlies. What's the next big key to the Grizzlies rebuild, and maybe on a quicker fashion than most are expecting?
That's a great question. It really is. I will give you, I'll give you two answers. One on the court, one off the court. First off, I know it has nothing to do with the actual team itself, but getting the lease signed would certainly go a long way into a lot more excitement around the Grizzlies and that rebuild.
3 weeks since they told us it was on the way.
It's very true, and so hopefully we get it soon. But the more and more we get into the summer, the closer and closer we get to the start of the season. On the court, Zach Edey is really, really important. I really do think that it is the jump for Cedric Coward. I mean, I think you kind of, and that feels like an easy answer of, okay, you had Zach Edey in that draft. The next draft you have Cedric. I think it's still too early to talk about Boozer or Lopez. Obviously, what do you do at the lead guard position? But if Cedric can make a big jump this year, and you can kind of go into the future saying Zach Edey's healthy and Cedric Coward looks like a future all-star in the league, then hey, you start feeling good about Cam Boozer, then I think you really got things building in the right direction.
I like both of your answers. I do.
Thank you.
Mine is on the floor at the point guard position, make it to where nobody misses Ja actually at point guard.
I think that's just going to take more time. I mean, because you look at the roster today, there's really no body
I believe Ty Jerome could do it.
I think Ty Jerome can do it. I just don't think Ty Jerome's a long-term answer.
No,
I think that's where
I think that's where a lot of eggs in the basket of Scottie Pippen Jr. needs to stay healthy too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love for one of these guys, but I think that's more of kind of next year's draft. Maybe you go and get that future point guard. All right, my first question. Good question, Brett. That was a tough one to start us off. For mine, okay. Memphis, I'm going to tell you right now, the Memphis Tigers football team is going to win one of those big non-conference games against UNLV or Boise State. They're going to win at least one.
I got them 3-0 in those.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you they're going to win one.
And I count Arkansas State in
They're going to win one, and they're going to lose one of those two big road games in non-conference. Which one do they win? Which one do they lose?
Well, I think the easier the two is going to Vegas and winning there than having to go to play on the blue turf at Boise. So I would say Vegas, but I think they're winning both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right there with them.
Okay. I'm going to go the other way on that. I'm going to say they beat Boise. I'm going to say week 0. I think still continuity.
Hawaii,
trying to
baby.
Figure things out. I think they lose that game, but they figure some things out. A very close one. They beat Arkansas
Two of my
State.
all-time favorites, Dan Mullen and the Boise fans.
Oh, man, yeah, that is.
Man.
You get them all in the first 3 weeks
Really
of the
do.
season. But then I think.
Go Tigers, go.
That's
Beat
right.
Mullen and Boise.
Yeah, well, that would be great if they can win both of them.
That would be awesome.
Hey, you play well in that first game, but maybe lose. You come back home, you beat Arkansas State, you go up there where, look at Boise's schedule. That game, they're coming off Oregon. I mean, they might be beat up after that Oregon game. I think they got a really good shot at beating this Boise team on the road.
You want a famous Dan Mullen quote?
Sure.
We own this state. Really, Dan.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
All right. That's what you got to do. You got to own the state.
Got to own the state.
Landon?
Yeah. Let's go to NBA question, or I guess back to the NBA. Is which young superstar, could be a guy who was drafted this year, could be a guy who was drafted last year, just a young superstar, would you most want to build a franchise around in the NBA?
I think the Grizzlies have him. He was born grown.
Well,
He was born ready for this moment.
Yeah.
I like the Boozer answer.
Uh-huh.
It's Cam Boozer.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I like that.
He cut his teeth at NBA gyms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arenas.
Yeah.
Practice facilities.
Hey.
This is his time.
That's right. No, it absolutely is. I feel less bad for my answer because of who your answer was. It's Cooper Flagg. I mean, that guy's already shown that he can do it in the NBA.
Answer.
He's already shown that he can be a star in this league. He's got the keys already in Dallas and is making it look really, really good. I know the record wasn't very good, but he looks like he's the future. He looks like he can be a face of the league. I feel like you're going to start calling me Mr. Dookie. I already see it. You said a Dookie as well, Brett, so I don't want to hear it from you.
No brotherhood member.
Got to be a Dookie,
No, that's true. You don't have you don't carry around the Duke.
You know the
brotherhood
secret
card.
handshake.
No, I got it all down. But I think Cooper Flagg's a fun player. I think he would sell a ton of tickets, and I think would be a great player to build around on the court. So I'll go with
NBA is
Flagg.
really in a good position.
Great
Just
position.
new stars always coming through.
It's phenomenal.
You know, players like Darius Acuff that I can't wait till he comes through for the first time next year. Okay, Bruce Marshall got close to the answer on this.
Okay.
Give me two or three. Give me three. Give me three teams that could pull the Kurt Signetti from 3-9 2 years from now, undefeated and national champs with a playoff stop the first year. Give me three teams that could do that. There are two obvious ones. Bruce hit on both of them, and I have one from the SEC.
Wow, I don't.
It's a very similar model to IU.
I unfortunately do not even remember what
Bruce said Oklahoma State and UCLA.
Okay.
With Chesney and Morris.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking of those
Chesney Moore, the exact model coming from JMU like Kurt Signetti did.
Sure.
Who's one in the SEC then that could pull it?
I think, and I don't know if it's going to be your answer or not, but I really like the footprint. Obviously, it's a great, football school. They've had a lot of success recently in basketball. I'm going to go Florida. I think
That's
John
exactly
Summerall,
where I was thinking, too.
Yeah, I think John Summerall can
I thought
really
I was going to be crazy to say Florida.
Can they catch you really by surprise, though? It's the Mighty Gators.
That is true.
They haven't been mighty in,
I was about to say,
in a little while.
you look at what they've been lately. It is.
How about that note I threw out earlier? Everybody on both sides, Ole Miss and LSU, all anybody can talk about is September 19th. The following week, LSU plays A&M and Ole Miss goes to the Swamp. You better be thinking about all of it instead of just one weekend.
Oh, yeah.
No, the other one for me, Will Stein in Kentucky. A similar basketball prominent place.
That would be impressive.
It's what makes this question so hard is I can't, and maybe it's why my answer is wrong with Florida. I can't see Oklahoma State. I can't see UCLA. I can't see Kentucky having playoff type success. But we couldn't see Indiana having that type of success either. And then they did it. So that's what makes it a really tough question. And
we would
have
called the state hospital for the criminally insane if 2 years ago at this time. Indiana going to be in the playoffs this year and will go 16-0 next year.
Yeah. And so that's what makes it.
You would have been the laughing stock of all time.
Oh yeah. I like that Kentucky answer. I think they'll put a lot into that program. Stein is a great young coach. So I like that answer a lot. Okay. We'll stick in the SEC with this question since we were just talking an SEC team. We've looked at some of the way too early college football playoff predictions. Who is an SEC team right now that is getting playoff hype that will not be there in December?
I think it could be Texas.
Well,
but I have them there.
Yeah. They burned us before, so who says they're not going to burn us again?
They burned us.
Yeah, but Archmania is crazier this year, I think.
Oh yeah, well,
it is crazier this summer than it was last summer.
There's no way it was going to be less crazier. It's Arch Madness. It's always crazy.
And the good people in St. Louis don't like them taking that.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Some are saying LSU.
Yeah,
I did see that too.
I could see LSU maybe not getting the job done. I mean,
A&M.
Yeah, A&M. Now, we talked about it. I feel like they got an adult in there now, and so things might be a little different.
They do.
But,
But they scored 7 at home in the wind.
That's true.
Or they advanced to the Fiesta Bowl.
That's exactly right.
They lose 10-7 to Miami.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the more you ask of Marcel Reed, the more if you ask him to be the passer, I think it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, no, and hey, you talk about Texas burning people. Texas A&M certainly has burned us in the past.
They did.
So
they burned through billions and paid off coaches.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're the team that does it. Your question, Landon? You got,
My
got
question.
another one?
Yeah. I've got one.
Gave
ready.
up on us.
No, I didn't know if you were looking for my answer.
6 o'clock
or-
already?
Yeah, he's ready to go.
Maybe. I'm speechless over here too. I guess let's go to let's go to college football. I guess let's stay in that realm. Which coach entering this season is already on the hottest seat?
That was my next one, hot seat.
I got your notes, Brett.
You're cheating.
Is it Kalen DeBoer?
Kalen
It hadn't been unbearable on him so far.
No,
but it will
I
be
think,
whenever first loss occurs.
Yeah, I think if you open up the year with another shocker loss, it's going to enrage a lot of people.
Yeah, the problem is when you're Alabama and you have gone through this run of Nick Saban, it's got to be almost perfect for people to stay happy down there.
Hottest seat's Mike Norvell.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer. As unfortunate as it is, I love Mike Norvell. I hope that he has success this year and then hope he keeps his job at Florida State. But the writing's already been on the wall, and it feels like anything other than a really good season this year would be the end for him.
For this Tiger football renaissance, this great chapter that they have been in with the hiring of Justin Fuente. 12 was rough. You could see signs of it could happen in 13, and then from 14 on, it's been rolling under all those quarterbacks and 3 different head coaches. I think Mike Norvell was the best of the 3 coaches, but Justin Fuente did not work out at Virginia Tech. It's looking like Mike Norvell is not going to work out at Florida State, and that leaves Ryan Silverfield at Arkansas with the most beleaguered the Razorback program has ever been in.
Yeah, it's. I think it makes it really interesting for whether it is Charles Huff or whatever the next head coach at Memphis is to be up for a big job. I think it will be Charles Huff because I think he's a really talented coach. I think he'll have a lot of success here.
And quickly.
Yeah, but let's say he's here this year, obviously. Let's say he returns next year, and things are not going well for Ryan Silverfield. Do some programs out there kind of look and say, hey, I know Charles Huff's a really good coach, but, man, you look at those last 3 good coaches at Memphis, none of them have worked. I mean, does that maybe cause some pause
It could affect someone.
Any coach in the future for Memphis? Because you're right. I mean, it's all of those have been the big, okay, that's the group of 5 coach. He's going to make the big jump to the next level. And so far, it has been really rough for those coaches.
All right, I'll go there with my Tiger theme question.
Okay.
For Coach Charles Huff and Coach Penny Hardaway, what should be the stated team goal for this upcoming season?
I'll start with basketball. I know we've talked about it a lot throughout the offseason. I think it is the goal, and, goals are made to be reached and to be blown through. I think it's to make the NCAA tournament. You weren't there last year. It was a really bad season last year. I think you got to go to the NCAA tournament. That's got to be the goal of the season. It feels like a lot of people talking about that this offseason, if that's kind of the make or break for the year. So I'll put that for basketball. For football, that one is really, really interesting because there's so much unknown with football. I think kind of be in the mix late in the season for the conference championship game. Certainly have that bowl game locked up and kind of still be around those last couple of games in the regular season to maybe be in that conference championship game.
Mine's the same for both.
Yeah.
Win the conference.
Yeah.
And then let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I think that definitely should be,
Win the
in there.
And for Tiger basketball, that's more the conference tournament because we know where that chip leads to. You're in the NCAA tournament. Your goal
And
for
I
Charles
think that kind of
Huff,
goes hand in hand with my goal.
you win the conference championship. That means you won the conference championship game, and you're probably in the mix for the CFP.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. All right, Brett, this one more for you, Landon. I would love your opinion as well, but this
Happy
one
to give it.
is directly for Mr. Brett Norsworthy. Our fine tournament that we'll be at in a couple of weeks. I'm very excited to get out there. Where is it in 2028? What are we talking about when we're talking about golf in Memphis? What does it look like?
We're signature. We're tier 1, but we're not in the playoffs. We're not in August. We're probably that date around Kentucky Derby weekend, maybe the weekend after that, early May, and that will be a lot of pressure, and they'll be able to come through, but there'll be a lot of pressure on the staff to have the course ready. That could be Birdie Bend.
Yeah.
If you like the Travelers a few weeks ago, that could be what the winning score is. I do not want that as a fan, but to sell tickets and people enjoy birdies, I think they would do that. But we're going to have a place. It's just not going to be August, and it's not going to be playoffs.
But you do think it will be in that higher
Tier 1
level, that championship division on the PGA Tour. I think that would be really good. Obviously, a lot of uncertainty around it. Landon, you got one more you want to throw out there?
I can look and I can.
Or do you have an answer? I'm sorry, I didn't ask for your answer.
No, it's fine. We're just gonna move right along and just keep on rolling, I guess. Let's go back to an NFL question. When it comes to conferences in the AFC, is the West the most dominant and toughest one?
I say yes. And when we did the coach and quarterback rankings, I said those quarterbacks and those coaches, that's the elite level.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's probably the best. I think when you talk tough, you talk AFC North up there when they get down and dirty up there. But yeah, I'll say.
Is that mirrored for the NFC as well? The NFC West.
And if y'all seen the news coming in a few years on the books, artist renderings out there, Dome Stadium in Denver.
Oh, really? Wow, whoa. Interesting.
We're not going to have any outdoor stadiums
left. You have Lambeau out there on an island doing their thing. That's about it. That's really about it.
That's going to be it.
Yeah, no, that is really interesting.
All right, last one for me. If you had to play in a celebrity golf tournament, and you can't pick a golfer, you got to pick somebody from another sport to be your partner, who would you pick? Whether it's to have fun and run with for a weekend, or his game, or all that, or whatever you want.
Active athletes only, or just
active athletes from right now?
Okay. I'll go Steph. I mean, he's always in these tournaments. So
his game is really sharp.
Yeah, it really is. So yeah, I'll go Steph Curry. I think he'd be fun to hang out with on the golf course.
That move he makes at the ball is and short game, 100-yard in game.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I know he's always out at that this Tahoe event that's going on.
Wasn't it one year that he was set? I think he has since played there. But they were playing the Hawks maybe like early March, and Joe Lacob and the Golden State ownership group's going to take him to Augusta National, and he got hurt.
Oh my gosh!
That would be a tough, but he got it. He finally got that.
Oh, well, that's good. But man, that would be brutal if you have that opportunity come and then you can't.
Tuesday night in Atlanta and get hurt. And you're supposed to be on the tee the next day at Augusta National.
That is the worst possible thing ever. Landon, you got an answer?
Yeah, it's obvious. It's the Titans' savior. I'm playing with Cam Ward.
Okay.
What do you think Cam Ward's golf game's like?
Who cares? Mine's not great either. We're going to have a great time.
You wanted to hang with him. That was part of it.
Yep, that's part of it. I want to hang out with Cam Ward.
That's a very, very fair
you could take Penny Hardaway and get a really good player and a really good guy and have a good time.
That would be
I'll stick with Cam.
Fun. I think he would be a really good time. He certainly has a great golf game. Quickly, last one for me. The Grizzlies this year. We've talked a lot of Grizzlies in this segment. Won 25 games. We know a lot of that at the end of the season was just outright tanking, as lose as many games as possible. You look around the West this year, and a lot of teams were trying to lose, but that team in the 10 seed, they won 37 games. That's a 12-game difference. How many games did the Grizzlies win this year?
35. I want to be 10 better.
All right. I like
and
that.
And with about 5 or 6 to go, still in the mix for that last play.
That would be fantastic.
I think that's actually where I had them predicted for this year.
That would be great. I would love it. And obviously, things can change when we see our schedule and we go through our W's and L's the first day we get the schedule. But
and have Edie.
Yeah, well, that's another big one.
We're going to go through the full 82 W and L?
No, I'm not going
to. But do we want nobody to ever listen again?
I'm not going to put that on our fine listeners. No. But we'll eventually take a look at it. But yes,
that was fun.
Really good job by both of y'all. Some really, really tough questions. But that'll do it for some hard ones. I got to remind you, before we get to another break, we tell you each and every afternoon about who sponsors this third and final hour. It is Dobbs Brothers Chevy out there in Bartlett. The Dobbs family, an old established name, is back in the car business in Memphis. Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, located at 7850 Highway 64 in Bartlett, offering a full selection of new Chevrolets and quality used cars to meet every need and budget. Head out there today and check out those beautiful new vehicles like the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500, the 2026 Chevy Traverse, or that 2026 Chevy Equinox, a redesigned, rugged meets modern style vehicle with a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine. At Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it's fully transparent pricing, no hidden fees, no games, and they cover all your needs with their service department. Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet welcomes you to a new way of providing excellent customer service. So head out to Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet in Bartlett, 7850 Highway 64, open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can go online, view those vehicles at DobbsBrothersChevy.com, and make sure this weekend, head out there, see them in person, test drive them at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet of Bartlett. Well, let's get to another break, and when we return, we got to talk about what's trending.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Whether you're buying, selling, or just want a fast cash offer, call Bubba Sandifer at Emmett Baird Realty at 901-257-9420 or direct at 901-319-0747. Looking to buy? Bubba will help you find that perfect home. Thinking about selling? Don't just stick a sign in your yard and hope for the best. With Bubba Sandifer at Emmett Baird Realty, you get maximum exposure, serious buyers, and real results. Want speed? He'll buy it as is for cash. Want top dollar? He'll list it. Either way, you win. Call Bubba Sandifer at 901-319-0747.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Visit aquablation.com. Aquablation.com. That's aquablation.com. Visit aquablation.com. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, urinary symptoms, mild pain, infection, or less frequently, urethral or rectal injury, or ejaculatory dysfunction. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new?
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
It's time to get your backyard ready for the ultimate pool party with a little help from Family Leisure. If you've been sitting on the fence about taking the plunge with a pool, now's the time to take the dive. You want an above-ground pool? Done. Starting at $39.99, and that's with installation. You want an in-ground pool? Take your pick. They start at under $50,000. Accessorize that pool with a patio furniture set starting at just $9.99. Outdoor sectionals? They start at $12.99. In fact, all in-stock patio furniture sets are priced to move. And with select patio furniture sets, you'll get a free umbrella and base. Okay, you aren't looking to get into a pool just yet? Family Leisure has hot tubs that start at just $34.99. Get in shape or stay in shape with a swim spa starting at $16,999. Get your backyard, front yard, side yard, whatever, ready for fun. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. More volume in the last 15-20 minutes out here. Pretty much on schedule through Midtown in a couple of spots. I-40 here up by Chelsea. As that volume picks up even south of Memphis, you need to watch for radar down through there. Parts of DeSoto County this afternoon again on 55 going south of Memphis. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. Having transmission problems of any kind, let them check your vehicle out right now at Amco Transmissions. 2 locations to serve you here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet at 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Time, Bryant and Brett with you as we got about 30 minutes left in today's show. We got to talk about what's trending. And Brett, weirdly enough, I guess it's about time we start getting some college basketball news out there. But yesterday we had a lot of college basketball news to discuss at this time. And then earlier today, Michigan announcing that they have signed Mike Boynton to a 2-year deal. So after being named the interim after Dusty May left for the Dallas Mavericks, Boynton, he has been named to a 2-year deal. So how about that? He'll take over in Michigan.
How big a vote of confidence is that? 2 years?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
I mean, we look up middle of next February, pay off 1 year is not that difficult.
No. Yeah, I mean, it really feels like obviously the roster was already set.
It feels like Sharon Moore.
It really does. The roster was already set. It was already complete. A lot of people saying this is a top 5, top 10 roster. I don't know enough about it to say if I believe that or not, but a lot of people think it's a really good roster. And so if you bring in this new coach as an interim and he goes out there and it's a Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4 type of year.
Well, he gets a 5-year deal.
Then it's, oh man, this is great. But then what happens if he goes out there next offseason and he can't bring in guys and he's having trouble putting together a team, and then, they have this even bigger vote of confidence for him, and he goes out there and it's he's halfway, up in the conference standings at the end of next year, and it's miserable.
Who's running Michigan? Tom Dundon, the owner of the Trailblazers in Carolina. Boy, everybody hates him.
It's really, really bad. And I mean, I didn't know about this. I heard or I read somewhere the other day that he put his family members' names on the Stanley Cup. What are we doing?
A 7-year-old.
7-year-old? What are we doing?
A grandchild.
That is ridiculous. That is absurd. Nobody's a fan.
Our family got their name on Lord Stanley's August Cup.
That's crazy. That is the most absurd thing that I have ever heard in my life. But whatever, I guess.
There are hockey people on fire about it.
It's crazy. I mean, you got guys
we're
out
the
there.
hockey show. Are we on fire about it?
Yes, Brett. I'm mad. I'm mad. That's
he
absurd.
delivered a title.
Well, I guess delivered a title. Man.
He's the owner.
He is.
Oh, it's everybody you can think of he got on there.
Yeah, I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised if the family dog's not on there. Well, Fido
don't give him any ideas.
Oh, definitely not. He'll go make adjustments to it. That's crazy. There's guys out there just getting out there shift after shift, probably injuries all under the padding, and they're just going out there just putting it all on the line for their team, and then you got the grandkid on the cup. That's crazy. That's
where's the cup keeper? I'm surprised they would allow it.
Yeah, I'd slap their hand trying to put a family. Yeah, you would think that there would be some sort of rules or guidelines around what can be on the cup and what you can do, but I guess not. And he saw the opportunity of, it's my team, I'm gonna put my family on it. So
one of these days we're gonna have so many new sections of the cup.
Oh yeah,
because at one time you could just carry it around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's another one. We're gonna see it at the Open Championship. One of these days, the claret jug's gonna get too big to carry around.
No, that's true. Yeah, that is. That is definitely true. And so, yeah, I think with the Stanley Cup, I do think there is some sort of thing where they move it or take it off, remove it at a certain point to keep it around the same height. So I don't know if that'll be an issue with NHL. I think, and then they send it off to the Hall of Fame or whatever.
I didn't know
I think
that.
that's right. I could be wrong on that, but I want to say there's something that I remember seeing about how it kind of like maybe every 12 years or something like that they go through a removal process. But I don't know exactly what that is. Mr. Hockey
Claret Jug has sections added.
Yeah, no, it's you're right. I mean, you gotta at some point you gotta do something to it because it can get a lot of names on there.
Old Tom Morris was winning, and it was just like a little cup.
Now it is very much anything but a little cup. Speaking of golf and different things like that, we were talking to Scotty Scheffler earlier. I always love when we get to. I actually kind of hate when we get overseas and we have these tournaments that are starting at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. How much of the Scottish Open have you watched over these last 2 days?
Hardly, very little yesterday, and a little bit more today. I want to hear your disagreement with it, though. This is going to be good because I have one.
Okay. Well, I just don't like the start time. It's hard for me to get into it when I'm waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Why do we take the graphics, all live graphics? Why can't CBS just use their? And we'll see on the weekend.
It's different? The graphics are different. I said, I haven't watched a single shot. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
It looks like every Saturday morning when they're playing in wherever.
Interesting.
In Stockholm.
That's weird. I'll have to pay attention. I'm gonna try to watch whether it is. I mean, Brett, I could be watching the first groups at 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to try at some point these next 2 days to watch a little bit of
this weekend, CBS. Next weekend's NBC for the Open Championship.
Yeah. No, I'm going to try to. I'll have to take a look at that because that is interesting, and I'll see what those graphics look like.
And then next Sunday during the presentation, the champion golfer of the year.
Is that right?
Will be introduced. I love that.
That's right. Yeah, you are right about that. I forgot that happens. Yeah, so no, it's gonna be fun. A lot of golf people. Their sleep schedule's a little off these next couple of weeks while we're overseas. So
yeah, I hadn't gotten up any earlier than I normally do yesterday and today to watch it. And tomorrow, Sunday, I will next week.
Yeah. When I do wake up, I haven't really thought much about.
But I'm a pretty early riser anyway.
No, you are. You're certainly a much earlier riser than I am.
An earlier departer every night.
That is also true. But I mean, shame on us, Brett, for eliminating these secondary tournaments because I didn't even know. It was news to me we were playing another tournament this weekend on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
No idea.
We quit picking it.
I had no clue.
You know why I quit? Because it's too hard to find the money on Sunday night.
Well, I mean, honestly, Brett, if this is honesty hour here, I'm glad we stopped doing it. I didn't know half those guys we were picking week after week. So I am
8 picks. It's enough.
Yeah, no, and that is definitely enough for us.
But yet nobody takes Rory.
Yeah, that was kind of
and we're all looking around needing cash, and the person that's way ahead has both going through.
Yeah,
and Matt Fitzpatrick with a really good chance to win it. Yeah. If John wins, I mean, it's over anyway. But
yeah, well, good for him, I guess. So let him have his victory.
It didn't sound a very hearty congratulations on taking your hat off and shaking hands on 18. It just didn't hit the moment.
Well, Brett, there's a lot of times.
Good for him.
We'll stick it with golf. There's a lot of times you're out there on the golf course, whether it's a competitive round or a round for fun. Whether you say it or not, the other person has won, but you don't take your hat off, give them a handshake, congratulate them until you get done with it. I'm waiting until the end, Brett, until I take my hat off and really congratulate them.
To the very end.
Very end. That's exactly right. Here's some other.
If our picks were match play, we could concede.
Oh, no, we would absolutely. I would have conceded a month ago. Honestly, my picks have been horrible.
How about me with a bagel out of the gate in Augusta?
That was a long time ago, Brett. You've really built up after that.
kind of stuck in last or next to last all year.
True. I guess that's true. Here's some other news that has come out since we started the show today. Shohei Ohtani, he was set to throw tonight for the LA Dodgers. He has been scratched from his scheduled pitching start due to continued irritation in his left knee. That comes from the LA Dodgers. This is the story from ESPN. So no Shohei Ohtani later tonight for the Dodgers, and that will certainly change things, and he will not join the All-Star game. He will not be available in the All-Star game. So definitely some interesting news there for Shohei Ohtani.
All right, when did the Dodgers did they go to the White House this week?
I don't know.
When did they go? Because I saw a dust-up Bill Plaschke, who wrote a column kind of ripping on them for going, or was that something old I saw?
They're visiting. They made the decision earlier it was announced when they were going to visit earlier this week. They're visiting on July 23rd, according to MLB.com.
They must be there to play the Nationals.
It must be. Yeah, I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I would assume that probably lines up.
We got to quit doing this. If you're invited,
sure,
go.
Yeah, I mean, it just becomes a big ordeal. But let's see, the 23rd, they have an off day on the 23rd between road trips against the Phillies and the Mets. So they'll be up in that area, and they'll make the trip to the White House while they're up
Phillies
there, so.
and the Mets, so not the Nationals. Okay.
No.
So they're squeezing in. July, we know, is the best month to drive to the mountains, to the beach, to anywhere in America, out to baseball. From sea to shining sea, it's vacation time, the best month to come down to All-Star in Olive Branch and pick out any new Silverado you want. Olive Branch, the place to be for all the new Silverados. And listen to this, no interest for 5 years. How about that? No payments until maybe around Halloween. And your good credit, it deserves it. And Drew DePriest and his great team, they always deliver on it. And they always deliver for military and first responders with that instant extra $500 bonus. How about a new Traverse with a third row seat? They have them. For all your commercial and fleet needs, All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch, they're the top-rated business elite dealer in our area. Express cargo and passenger vans right there off Highway 78 at Kraft Goodman Road at All-Star. Check out the huge, and I mean really huge, pre-owned section. Tahoes, Traverse, Equinox, Suburbans, and so many Silverados. If you have any vehicle you want to sell, bring it to All-Star, whether you bought it there or not, and get the most money back on your trade. Together, let's drive to All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch. Don't miss the best sale of summer event going on now in the OB at All-Star Chevrolet. For more information, you can always go to allstarautogroup.com.
Well, somebody hit the breaking news sounder. We've got some breaking news out of the NBA. Victor Wembanyama has signed a 5-year, $252 million max rookie scale contract extension with a player option in the 5th season. That comes from Shams Charania. So if you had any hope as a fan in the Western Conference of Victor Wembanyama being anywhere else, he's locked in with the
He's going to be around a long time.
That's right. So definitely good news for the Spurs there. But we need to get to our final break of the day. When we return, we'll wrap up today's show with Moe's Crunch Time.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
It's golf time. What's my first thought? Miramichi, of course, Miramichi. Sometimes you need just to escape the hustle and bustle of life, and that's exactly what Miramichi will provide. It means the place of happy retreat, and I promise you, it lives up to its name. While it might not be in the heart of Shelby County, it's certainly worth the drive. It's 25 minutes from my driveway in East Memphis. Once you arrive at the front door, you know you're going to get an experience unlike any other public golf course in town. Let's start with practice facilities. Not all are created equal, and you will find none better than those at Miramichi. The range is an impressive 12-acre space. It allows you to spread out and practice for those long drives. They got a great short game place. They've got a chipping green. They've got a putting green. They're beyond compare. You want to get better? You go to Miramichi. You want a great competitive golf course? You go to Miramichi. It's worth the drive. I love it. Miramichi.
Old Dominick Distillery is pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. From the winning atmosphere at its downtown Memphis distillery to award-winning craft spirits, Old Dominick is pure Memphis spirit through and through. Swing by the distillery bar for a pregame cocktail or celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting. Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at OldDominick.com.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Humdinger's Corporate Catering. Enjoy tacos made with crunchy slaw, grilled fish, and chicken, and the best taco sauce in town. Find out more, call Jenny Nash at 901-606-3172.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest Crunch Time.
You are looking live.
In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival, Tennessee.
Goodbye!
It's obviously Crunch Time.
Hammer, nail, coffin. This baby is over.
Well, Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Head to Moe's for nachos, crunch wraps, tacos, salads, and more. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies. Well, Brett, what I learned today is we've talked a little bit about the All-Star game. We'll talk a lot more about it next week around the game on Tuesday. But the Cardinals, they were already sending 2 players with Jordan Walker, Riley O'Brien, but a third one has been added to the roster as just about an hour ago. Ivan Herrera has been named as an NL All-Star replacement. He is replacing Shohei Ohtani.
Ivan Herrera's an All-Star?
How about that? Ivan Herrera, an All-Star, man. I'm happy for him, Brad. I love
What is this? The Hall of Good?
Well, yeah, maybe the all good game. I don't know.
Ivan Herrera, an All-Star?
How about that?
That never entered my mind.
Well, better soon, because he's going to be out there. He's going to hear his name called.
Okay.
He's going to jog out to the line Tuesday night.
That is something to learn in this late minutes.
I feel like I completely derailed you with that news.
Who's really got what I learned is Terry and Arnold talking about signing free agency, working out free agents. Who's really going to sign him? Nobody signs him if he's found guilty, but he's up on very serious charges on kidnapping and robbery charges. if found guilty, he never plays another down. I can't believe PR-wise teams are even working him out.
Yeah, no, that is really surprising. I would be way more surprised if anybody even comes close to signing him. But that will definitely be something to watch over this next month or two. What I could have done without, well, we talked about it in our last segment. It's Michigan going out there and signing points into a 2-year deal. I understand why they did it. It would be really awkward if they had this big, deep run and really deep down inside they didn't believe that he was the guy. There'd be a lot of people that say, hey, this is our guy, let's sign him. And then, I think a 2-year deal does make it a little more manageable if you need to cut ties with him down the road. It's definitely a lot easier, but I think it's just going to make this either next year or next 2 years kind of awkward for Michigan in this post-Dusty May era. I
could have done without Scotty Scheffler not making the cut, his first miscut since missing in Memphis in 2022 at the FESJC. But he is the favorite next week at Royal Birkdale, the last back-to-back Open champion, Padraig Harrington in 08-09.
Yeah, no, that was big-time news.
2008, 2009, not old Tom Morris days.
No. But yeah, I can understand why you could have done without that today. That really I put a damper into your mood, Brett. I'll be honest. I could tell you that really got to you.
Stunning.
The cut. No, it is very stunning. Where are you beaming this weekend?
Cardinals Braves at Busch Stadium. Cards folded about this point last year. A win tonight will make them 49-44. That would be the exact same record through 93 games as a year ago.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a really fun series this week. And being meek, starting here in just a little bit, the Grizzlies start to Vegas Summer League. It will be number 3, Cam Boozer against number 4. Cam Boozer has looked really, really good so far in Salt Lake City Summer League. It'll be interesting to see what he looks like tonight. Caleb Wilson, it was always that question, especially early on in the process of, okay, you're going to go get a forward. Which one do you take? Now they'll both be against each other tonight. That will be a fun matchup.
Landon, we wish you well. Don't be a stranger. You know where we are. It has been great to work with you. But more than that, become your friend.
That's right. No, it has been a lot of fun. You've been all right. Nah, you've been
great
always
guy.
room for improvement.
No, you've been awesome.
We all
a lot
do
of fun
that.
Having you. No, well, we're always looking to improve around here. But no, you've been great, and yeah, definitely good luck to you.
I appreciate it. It's definitely been it's been awesome having this be my home for the afternoons for past 2 years. Yeah. It's been great, and definitely gonna miss you guys.
Great work.
I'll definitely be around.
Yeah, no, definitely come on through whenever you are in town. But no, we're definitely gonna miss you around here. Before we get
World Cup, who we for?
I'll go Holland tomorrow
France.
with
overall France.
Yeah, I don't know, but tomorrow in particular, I'll go Switzerland. I can get behind Switzerland, and then I'll go with Norway with Holland.
I'm for Norway and Switzerland. We're all kind of Swiss tomorrow.
Yeah,
aren't
we are. We're big
That's
Swiss
a scary
guys.
world.
No,
this weekend in baseball, Red Sox and Mets. That's 1986 World Series, one of the great postseasons ever.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a lot of fun this weekend as all these teams try to get to the All-Star break, watching it play out. Here's a quick interesting thing about this Victor Wembanyama deal that he signed. According to Jake Fisher, this 5-year, $250 extension is at 25% of the salary cap, but he opted against the 30% escalators, which is a massive decision for San Antonio moving forward with that space on the cap. So definitely interesting news there. We're going to be a lot of fun this week, and we got Summer League, we've got Major League Baseball, we've got World Cup action as well, so a lot to keep an eye on. You also got the golf over in Scotland. But that's all the time we have. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you again Monday afternoon.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, there's some things about the Rendezvous I want to talk about. For example, we make it really easy to park. We have valet parking right at Monroe Street in our alley. We also want to make it easy for people to get to-go orders. You can now park in our alley right at our front door and put your flashers on. People also forget that we take reservations for 6 or more. And we have a wonderful party room upstairs that can accommodate people for rehearsal dinners, birthday parties, reunions, graduations. Our rooms seat between 25 and 275 people. And everything at the Rendezvous can be packed to go. Brett, we also do catering.